Hey, yo.
Let go of my purse! I don't know you!
I understand!
Suze, 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 Suze.
I hate you, dragon.
Well, hello. Hello? Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I had
yeah,
just,
yeah,
you were like
yeah.
accusing
Oh,
Michael
yeah.
so adamantly.
Yeah.
You were
Oh, sorry, I'm late. Sorry. I got a call from Ander. I haven't even posted on the Discord yet. I don't like going past my countdown. Okay, let me send the little reminder real fast. For though I don't even know who checks these, but Suze, 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 Suze. You know it. Will I beat Ganon? Probably. With only 3 bears? Autocorrect. There we go. Okay, I have to give people shout out. Shout out, shout out, shout out, shout outs. Oh my gosh. Okay, I've had my OBS open for a while, so like my announcements have been running every like 30 minutes or whatever. So we've got Fresh, Alcondros, we have Breeze! Jordachi, how are you? Rumi, Femi, good to see you. Michael, good to see everybody. Everybody's just spamming all these commands, man. Super fun. The Fogman. I have to get my tax evading skills up. I know you can see my phone. I'm just saying, like, this is like my Discord channel, right? Just my Go Live Discord channel. I don't know who checks the Go Live announcements on Discord, but I'm told I should do those, so I do them. You know, it is what it is. I do it manually. I do it manually because I usually, oh, I gotta put on some powder. I'm shiny. Because I usually like to change it up. I don't like the same thing to be said every single time. Like if I have something going on or I've got like something exciting. Oh, speaking of exciting, are you guys ready for this? I got Kalulu. I got Kalulu for Christmas. And he is a delight. My mother-in-law made him. And she nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. She went a little more off of what he looks like in his like real picture. So she sewed this little divot down in his head. But I would say that is a dead ringer. Wouldn't you guys? Oh my gosh, we opened it up. I opened it up in the box and I just saw like these little tentacles at the end of the box and I was like, oh my gosh! And I remember a little while ago, Katie said, oh, I know this sweet present Susie's getting. So after we all opened presents and stuff, I was like, I wonder what that present was she was talking about. And then she said, oh, that was supposed to be from your mother-in-law. Oh, it's Trekkie! Sorry, I missed you, Trekkie. How's it going? And I was like, so what present were you talking about? I just wanted to make sure I didn't have some terrible reaction to something. And she was like, oh no, it was supposed to be from your mother-in-law. And I thought, I'm supposed to get an amazing, awesome present from my mother-in-law? What? Yes, this is perfection right here, right here. This is amazing. I think his eyes are glued on, so Charlotte immediately was like, can I sleep with him? And I was like, no, baby. He's not to be played with. He's really to just kind of sit somewhere. So, I actually kind of I had mentioned to her possibly doing Kalulu plushes anyway, but she said, I'm not gonna lie, he was really hard. And I was like, okay, well, if you think he's hard and you're a professional seamstress, then that means he's hard. I don't know what all goes into making something like this, but I would imagine if she said it's hard, then it must be hard. But anyway, so my problem is I don't really have anywhere super cool to put him in my background that's like easily seen. So I can probably do a channel point redemption where I wear him on my head for like 3 minutes or something. There's this spot right back here, like right here on Anders' office desk that I could potentially put him. Yeah, like a hat redeem. Or there are these books that are like, let's see, my camera's mirrored. So there are these books right here that I could put him on top of. But I just wanted him to be seen. But the problem is my camera is smaller in my in-game camera. And so it's harder to find a place for him. Build a strap thing. Yeah, I should just sit on my shoulder, just like this. Boop. That's brilliant. I have to kind of think of something. Anyway, I was absolutely thrilled. So thrilled. That was definitely one of the biggest surprises I've ever gotten for a Christmas present in a really, really long time. That was shocking, and I thought she did a great job. And yeah, that was fantastic. Never would have dreamed it in a million years. Because I know Kalulu, the new gift for C Prime. After today, you'll never see it again. I know. It's hard when you've got little kids because they automatically think everything you get is for them too. Like you're just automatically expected to share. And I actually had a moment where my mom was at the house with us while we were doing Christmas over at my mother-in-law's, and when I opened Kalulu, Charlotte immediately was like, can I sleep with him? And I know what that means. That means she wants to commandeer him and keep him in her room all the time. And I said, sweetheart, no, this is Mama's gift. And I could tell she got a little mad and my mom got really miffed. And she goes, well, you can share. And I was like, okay, he is not for playing. His eyes are glued on. He's not for sleeping with and all that stuff. Like Rumi said, he's to be put up on a pedestal and worshipped. But I get irritated when people are just like, well, you should share that with your kid. Like you should just let them have that or whatever. I'm like, no, this is mine. No. And not only is this mine in a way. Oh, did I already do this? Oh, I did. Sweet. This has so much more to do with everything than just me being like, oh, great, I really love Kalulu. Like, this is a big part of my community, and we found an octopus stuffed animal at IKEA for $5K easy yesterday. It was $13. It's orange, though. Well, maybe you could dye it. I don't know. Well, Charlotte has Genova, which is like the coolest stuffed octopus ever. She got so lucky with that one. We went to SeaWorld the next day, and the octopuses they had at SeaWorld weren't even as cool as the one they had at the San Diego Zoo. Bless her. She was sick the whole time we were there, so I think that octopus was like $50, and my father-in-law was like, I'll get it for her. I was like, okay, because I would definitely not pay $50. Well, I don't know, maybe if it was like the one thing we got her that trip, and the fact that she didn't feel very well the whole time we were there. She was a trooper. She was not feeling well. Okay, this is the color I got for his like parchment map. That matches, right? Doesn't look quite as yellow, but I guess it doesn't really matter. It's impossible to perfectly color match an image online that was never made to be a cross-stitch pattern in the first place. They have hundreds of colors at Hobby Lobby, but like I had a hard time getting his skin color right because it looks gray to me, but next to the blue, it looks like a very blue gray, but all the blue grays I found were too blue. So I couldn't. Oh, she is going to sleep. I was going to tell you guys, I don't know if 1 o'clock is going to work. I might have to push it back even farther, actually, because she seems to be fighting her 1 o'clock naps, but that's kind of what I thought. I thought it looked like parchment. Because it's definitely not white. It's not white. But I did the outline yesterday. I remind myself, you don't have to only do this during stream, you know? Like, you could spend 15 minutes a day on it. But I just forget. And this is the 1 week out of the year when everybody just doesn't want to do anything. It's that weird between week. Between Christmas and New Year's. Nobody wants to do anything, and nobody should be held accountable for not wanting to do anything. It's totally fine. Yeah, we can whisper our secrets into Kalulu's ear. For sure. So many secrets. I was thrilled. It was great. Awesome, awesome Christmas present. Definitely one of the best Christmas presents I've ever received. And I guess it was my mother-in-law's idea, but she contacted Katie and said, hey, do you think Susie would like, you know, a little plush? And Katie was like, yes, I think she would. And so Katie was the one who sent her, like, you know, the emotes, you know, the design, the pictures of the real one, you know. And my mother-in-law took it from there. Fabulous. I love him so much. If I made a Kalulu, I would take a sock and then stuff the top and then cut 8 tentacles and then draw eyes. That's not a bad idea. That reminds me, there's an Alice in Wonderland version that's not rated. It's Czech, I'm pretty sure. And the caterpillar is a sock. She comes into this room where there are all these socks that are like slithering all over the place because it's like stop action. And the caterpillar wakes up and he talks to her. And then he says he needs to go to sleep. And he literally takes a needle and thread and sews his eye shut. Pretty much a fever dream. As if Alice in Wonderland wasn't already. It's definitely one of the weirdest short films I've ever seen. I don't like that. I don't like the way that went in there. Well, since she went to sleep, because I was a little worried that she wasn't going to go to sleep and then I was going to be stuck like, oh no, that was the wrong end. Aw, beans. Okay, I'll go back and fix that later. Hopefully we make it to Super Metroid today. We don't have that much at the end of Zelda, honestly. We're really, really close. So hopefully we can, my stream will have 3 chapters today. We make a plushie Kalulu, a hanging diorama from the ceiling. Man, if you knew how many times I have tried to come up with a way to put a green screen in here. I think a green screen would be so much fun. Not just so you can see more of your game screen, but like I could make my background anything. I could be in like a graveyard or something. But I can't, I just don't have the lighting for it. Come on, scooch over. I don't have the lighting for it, and I don't have any way to like set it up and then take it down. I don't want to have to do, I don't want to have to set it up and then take it down every time. So I know they have like these little pop-up green screens, but I don't want to have to like set it up. I already have a lot of prep I have to do for my streams anyway. And so it would just be so obnoxious if I had to like set up my green screen and my lights and all that stuff. I'm just not in a position to use a green screen, which is unfortunate because I'd really love one, but whatever. Okay, does anyone have plans for New Year's? Anybody doing anything fun? We're gonna be listening to the fireworks all night, I'm sure. Charlotte's gonna be like, they're so loud. Why do people have to do fireworks? I don't know. I am not a firework person. To me, it's literally just like burning money. But I can't give other people a hard time. Like, I get it. But they are illegal in our city. And I don't mean to be a Karen, but you know, I do have a sleeping baby. And they are illegal. And they're loud. And, you know, I don't really understand the fireworks on New Year's, I guess. I don't know. I'm just not a firework person. You can call me bland all you want, but the reality is... Scorpio! I'm babysitting while my wife goes out with her girls. That's perfect. I love that. Some board games with friends, I believe, is the current plan. Fabulous. I think that's great. Speaking of board games, Charlotte got a game from my mother-in-law called Cat Crimes. And it's, at first I was like, okay, whatever. But we actually played it last night, Charlotte and I did. And it's actually kind of surprisingly, it's kind of interesting. So there's like a table and the playing board is like this little table. And then there are like 6 different cat tokens or whatever. And each one, so every time you play, you can play with 1 person or you can play all the way up to like 8 people. And they're basically logic puzzles. So you have to figure out who committed the crime. So the crime will be destroying the shoes. And so you've got this little table and then you have all the little cat tokens and then you have a card that tells you different like logic puzzles to try and figure out who committed the crime. So they go from easy to expert. And the easy ones are like, 3 of the cats were upstairs sleeping. Or no, these 3 cats were upstairs sleeping. And then Pipsqueak was sitting in front of a mouse. Okay, well, there are 2 mice on the board, so you have to decide which one is which. Ginger was sitting across from Pipsqueak, blah, 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 blah. And anyway, you have to try and figure out who the culprit is. So we did a couple of them last night with Charlotte, and she was quite good at them. And it was really fun. And so I was like, well, maybe I want to try one of these advanced ones because they go all the way up to beginner. And she was like, no, Mama, these ones are hard. And I said, well, let's try them. So we tried them and we tried it and it took us a while, but we figured it out. We finally got it. I can't even imagine what the expert ones are like. I haven't even taken a look at them, but I thought, you know, this would actually be a really fun game to play on stream because I could have my down camera, you know, having like the board, right? And then I could lay the cats flat instead of standing them up so everybody could see them. And it would just be really fun. I could read out the things and then everybody, you know, we'd have to do the advanced ones, obviously, because the beginner ones are pretty easy, but... New Year's Eve, we make and eat deep fried donut balls. We don't really do fireworks anymore because our dogs are really scared of them. That's fair. 1st of January, we normally have to visit lots of family, but I'm trying to keep it relaxed and not visit anyone. That is fair. See, that's the problem with the holidays. It's like, yes, it's fun and it's exciting and everything, but man, there's a lot of pressure that comes from having to like visit family, and getting together at my mother-in-law's house is always really stressful because there's not a whole lot of space and everybody's there, and they have 2 little dogs, and then my sister-in-law brings her 3rd little spoiled rotten dog. She claims it's a... They bought the dog saying that it was a diabetic service dog. No, it's not. It's literally just a dog. And they believe, like, wholeheartedly that it's a diabetic service dog. No. You can't just buy a diabetic service dog off of, like, Craigslist for $50. Like, those dogs go through years of training. Anyway, whatever. I guess you could call her, like, an emotional support animal, but aren't all pets emotional support animals? Anyway, it irritates me because she brings her into stores, and then she carries her around like a baby, and then everybody goes, "Oh my gosh, what a cute dog. Can I pet her?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure." And I'm like, you realize service dogs aren't allowed to be pet while they're working, right? Like, you don't carry your service dog around like a baby. Your dog has a job. I dreamed of joining the diabetic service. You put that in quotes. What's that from? It just irritates me because they swear up and down that she's a diabetic service dog, and she's not a diabetic service dog. But anyway, sounds like LSAT. What is LSAT? LSAT. I went to a Filipino party on Christmas, and I noticed the women were separating themselves from the men. Is that a thing? I'm not sure. I know the titas like to get loud and rowdy together, and titos just go play pool or something. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. I didn't know it was like a thing though, that like they all just automatically separate. Kind of sounds like, I'm listening to The Help right now. Kind of sounds like what goes on at the parties in The Help. Like the men all just stand in the back drinking, and the women all get together and like give each other nice smiles that are actually not nice at all. They like to... Is this the... Wait a minute. What song is this? Oath to Order? I thought I got rid of this one. Oh, this is a different one. What am I listening to? Oh, well, it's Game Chops, right? Yes. Okay, I'm not going to get a copyright strike. The LSAT is a law school admission test. Tons of logic problems. Oh, well then that's, yeah, it's like this whole like who was sitting next to who and who was where and what was happening and blah, blah, blah. And it was actually really fun. I was really, really surprised. My expectations were really low, and I was like, Charlotte wanted desperately to teach me how to play, and I thought, oh, this is going to be so dumb. It's going to be just like a little kid's game. It was actually really fun. So, I don't know, maybe one of these days when, maybe like on a Saturday, we could do it over Discord or something. It would be fun. It's been a really long time since I've played like a new board game. All our board games are old. They're good, but they're all old. I know they've come out with plenty of family get-together should be renamed the airing of grievances. Yeah. Oh, I just realized Ander said he's coming home tonight because it's too windy, so they had to reschedule tonight's trip to tomorrow. But that means he's going to go to the church youth activity, so that means he's not home tonight anyway, so... Okay, cool. Okay. I'm the map. I love when you find Cornifer in Deep Nest and he's absolutely terrified. And he's like, I've barely gone in there. You can take what I have, but I'm not going back into those caverns. I have before. I have just been like, I don't think you should go tonight. I really think you should stay home. I don't ever put my foot down, but I guess I do. I guess it depends on the day. If the day is like insanely stressful and I am just at my wit's end, that was me last night. I was at my wit's end last night, and not even for any reason in particular. It was just a hard day. I don't even really know why. You guys that have kids, you guys know those days. Just kind of like, I can't even explain it. Everything just kind of piled on top. Like my kitchen had been so messy for weeks, And I just felt like I could never get ahead on it. I just felt like every time I cleaned it, I couldn't ever get ahead. And I'm the only one, I feel like I'm the only one that does much around here. And Charlotte's on her screens all the time and Anders working or gone or whatever. And so I just had this moment last night where I got really frustrated. And then I came into Anders' office and I realized Stixel had seen somebody out the window right here in the office, because this window goes straight to the front of the house. And Stixel had seen somebody out there when we left to take Bubs on a little walk, and she peed all over the floor. She got so scared that she peed all over the floor. So I came into the office. I had the door closed after I'd shooed her out of the office. And I came in like a half hour later and it stunk. Oh my gosh, this office reeked so badly. And so I went straight out to the kitchen and I was like, I'm ordering a pizza. Go pick it up in 20 minutes. I got to clean your carpet. Like, I got to clean your office carpet.
Hug it out.
Champions of Midgard is probably my favorite board game. It's a resource manager. You might like it. You mean a resource manager is in like, you get to collect a lot of things and you've got like a lot of stuff in your inventory? Threaten to divorce him if he's being cheeky. You don't have to mean it. Oh, I am not one of those girls. I do not throw the word divorce around lightly. All I have to do is say, I really need you home tonight. And usually that's enough. But it's not even so much that I feel like I need him home. It's just like I got excited because I was like, oh, sweet, he'll be home tonight. And then I'm like, oh, just kidding. No, he's not home tonight. Dang it. But he is home tomorrow morning, so that's good. But he's really busy this week, which is great because we've really needed that. We had a really slow last week, and so it's really good that he's so busy this week because we really needed that. So you don't hear me complaining. Last night I got frustrated, but I got frustrated for kind of a couple different reasons. Like Scorpio said, some days are just rough. Some days your kids are crankier. Some days your kids want to argue with you. Some days, you know, Charlotte gets cheeky and doesn't want to do anything. And when I ask her to help me out, she's like, I don't really want to do that. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? 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 Well, I don't want to clean the kitchen either. Yeah. So who's going to clean the kitchen? And on those nights, I'm just like, I'm ordering a pizza. You can go pick it up. I'm not cooking. Nope. No way. Yes. Rage. And then, of course, you feel bad because you kind of lost your temper with your kid. And then your kid looks at you like you hit them. And you're like, no, you're not a bad kid. You're just... DJ! How's it going, DJ? How are you, my friend? You know I just wait on you so we can get started with Zelda, right? I'm just kidding. That's not true. That happened to be the case today. It's the end! I can't let you miss the end. You know? Well, see, and that was the whole thing with Kalulu and with like the fact that my mom was like, well, you can share. I was like, no, I am not teaching my child that just because she wants something, she automatically gets it. This is why we have spoiled kids that don't know how to work these days because they've never, ever had to do anything that they didn't want to do. And sometimes you just have to do things or you have to deal with consequences that just suck. And some days are just worse than others. I'm not going to make my kid, you know, I'm not going to do the whole like, well, when I was your age, but I did mention to Charlotte the other day, I was like, dude, Mama did chores when she was younger. You don't do anything around this house. I do everything around here. So I said, realistically, the reason Mama is frustrated is I'm frustrated with myself because I should make a list of things that you should be doing each day, especially when you're home from school, to just help me out so I don't feel so stressed out. So really, it's Mama's fault. It's not even yours. Because she'll do things if I ask her most of the time. Hey, I feel special. Wait, now I don't feel special? Oh, now I feel special again. I like to keep you on your toes. I still like the idea of Girahim being Fashion Week. So we will have to do Skyward Sword at some point. You just do everything, Mama. Well, I've asked her before. I'm like, well, who do you think is going to clean the kitchen if Mama doesn't do it? And she goes, well, Papa. I'm like, oh yeah? When? When? He's either working on the water or he's working in the office. That's pretty much it. And then she goes, well, I'll do it. And I was like, great. I'll leave the dishes up to you then. But you know, she's 8. She's still, she's capable of doing dishes, but she's so short. She needs like a well, and then there's the whole pride thing that gets in the way, right? You're like, whatever. She's just going to do it wrong, so I might as well just do it myself. But then you're not doing yourself any favors either, because then you're like you're basically actively refusing help, but you're angry about it. And that's no way to be either. That's how Andrew's mom is sometimes. Like, she just told me 2 days ago, she was like, well, you know, we're just doing, everything is disposable. All the plates and cups, they were fancy, but they were plastic.
I'm a stool.
And
Sit
she
on
was
me.
like,
Nope,
they're all
stools don't talk,
disposable
stools don't
because,
talk.
you know, I just can't, you know, I've got a foot injury and I just can't. And so I looked at her dead in the eye and I was like, well, honestly, you shouldn't be doing a lick of cleaning up. It should be everybody else in this house. And she kind of like, but she doesn't let that happen. Her daughter doesn't help. Her son doesn't help. Andrew's brother. Because she's never made them help. Andrew does. I do. But then she tells me, no, don't worry about it. And then she gets irritated. So I'm like, okay, well, that's going to be on you then. Sorry. As a child, my parents threatened me with military school. I was so bad, they sent me to military school. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I was never, I mean, I guess I was the middle child, so I never really had any issues. Like, sure, I argued with my parents on things, but like, it was just common knowledge that we had chores in the house and that there were 5 of us living in the house and we had a relatively large house for the 5 of us. And it wasn't, and my mom also wasn't a stay-at-home mom. My mom worked, and so we all had to pitch in. And I told Charlotte yesterday, I said, you know, on Saturdays, if I wanted to watch TV or play video games or do anything, guess what I had to do before I did all that? I had to do my chores. Have a friend over, had to get my chores done. If I wanted to play video games, I had to get my chores done. That was just life. And it wasn't something that I resented because it was just part of the deal. That's just how it was. Every Thursday night, we all got together and collected all the trash in the house so we could put it out for the trash the next day. Like, did I love it? No, but it was just part of life. That was what I knew. But I take it upon myself to do everything, and then I get so frustrated. And then Charlotte, then I feel like a terrible parent because, you know, my temper kind of boils over. And then Charlotte's like, I feel like I'm not good enough. And I'm like, no, sweetheart, you are a magical child. But could you help out a little bit more around the house? Yes, yes, you could. I also think she's using that line to kind of pull at my heartstrings. I think she knows what she's doing. I have a Dr. Pepper and I haven't even opened it. What's wrong with me? I do have a question though. I'm not hearing my sound when new people come into chat, so what's up with that? Is it because... no. That is still a thing. I wonder why that's not working. How interesting. Oh, sorry, I just switched scenes. Or no, I didn't. Never mind. Oh my gosh, it's Shore. I was just thinking about you the other day. Something happened and I was thinking about something you said one time or something. I can't even remember. Are my commands working? Let me just double check this really quick and then we'll dive into Zelda. Wait. What am I looking for? What? Polls? No, not polls. Events.
Let go of my purse! I don't know
you know what though? Busy is good. Busy is so good. Okay, events, settings. Nope, that is not what I'm looking for. Settings, general. I will say this. I have been using StreamerBot for so long now, and I still, for the life of me, cannot remember where things are. No, that's still set to it. I wonder why that's not working. J-Hops has tried Ring Fit, I think. I keep meaning to ask him how he likes it. All your busy time is done until February? Nice. I am now the opposite of busy. Yay! More time to hang out with friends. Okay, let me get my game up. Okay, so we're at the very, literally, the very final boss fight in Ocarina of Time. And I've been doing 3 hearts, which has been a lot more frustrating than I thought. And then we're going to be starting Super Metroid, which I am unbelievably excited for. I honestly, so we did a poll last time for which game I should play next. Y'all blew my mind. I thought for sure Twilight Princess was going to win, hands down, wipe the floor. And first it was Tunic, and then when it was between Tunic, Super Mario Galaxy 2, and Super Metroid, I think it was, Super Metroid won. So here we are. So we are literally at the end. Let me change my stream info. We are on day 2. Oh, of Ring Fit? It's actually intense, but I'm wondering what else I can play with it. I would love to give it a try. I've always been interested in it. I love that stuff. 3 hearts only. Will I beat him on the first try? Probably not. I doubt it. But I will try. When in doubt, use Din's Fire. Does that even work on Ganon? Like the end nasty ugly pig Ganon? I don't even know. I never used Din's Fire until this playthrough. And then Alcondros was like, when in doubt, use Din's Fire. And sure enough, he is right. Hard to know what the best chores for a little one. Garbage, dishes, laundry, air conditioning unit technician. Well, that would have been great since our air conditioning just broke. I mean, she can do things like take the clothes out of the dryer. She can put her own clothes away. She can unload the dishwasher. This is going to sound crazy, but I've actually considered moving, and this would take some serious getting used to, but my mom suddenly mentioned the other day, she said, you know, a lot of parents have actually moved all their dishes down to the bottom so their kids can serve themselves. And I was like, oh my gosh, all my serving stuff is all up in cabinets. But I have all these low cabinets. I could move it all and it would be annoying and I'd have to like label all the cabinets. But it would make unloading the dishwasher something Charlotte could actually do. Because right now she can only, I did put the VODs on my YouTube channel, but I got lazy and I didn't actually label them all. So one of these days I have to go through and label them all by day so they're all in chronological order. So you can find them in chronological order. It's been a time. It has definitely been a time. But then I would have to redo my entire kitchen and I would just be like, I'd have to put signs on all my cabinets and everything. But at the same time, it makes sense, doesn't it? Like Charlotte can't get herself a bowl because she's got to get a stool and get up there, and she can't unload the dishwasher because she's up and down stools and everything. It's like a contact sport. But you know what? So is cooking for me, so it's fine. Crawling on countertops. And so if I go to reach for where the bowls are, it'll have a big sign saying, bowls are now down here. Because I know my muscle memory, I'm going to reach for the bowl up there, and then I'm going to be like, oh yeah, it's down there now. We have these 2 cabinets that are like kitty corner to my sink, and they're both glass. They both have glass doors, and then the rest of the cabinets are all closed, like you can't see inside them. And so that's where we have our cups, and that's where we have all our like eating dishes, cups, bowls, plates, all that stuff. It just kind of made sense when we moved into the house. But honestly, a tall kitchen doesn't make any sense for a person my size. Makes 0 sense. I'd rather have everything lower. Everything. Am I supposed to climb this yet? No, I'm not. There's another door, isn't there? Or am I supposed to climb? Is that where I came in? Wait a minute. Yes. I said kitty corner. Oh, that's it! Somebody said catty corner one time, and I was like, what? What corner? And they said, you know, catty corner. No, ma'am, it is kitty corner. At least that's how I was. That was how. It's the final countdown in real life, just like they always sung about. That's from Gravity Falls. Harry Potter news alert. Warner Brothers are actively looking for a big boss behind the new HP cinematic universe. Ooh. And there's Cage! Catty Corner is pretty good. No, it's Kitty Corner. Oh, I know what it was too. Somebody once said, I always said skillwampus,
You were like
Dr. Pepper's
accusing
your
and
myself
somebody
so
said
adamantly.
cattywampus, and I was like,
You were
what? Gesundheit. And that's just what everybody says around here. You were raised with catty corner? Oh, it was always kitty corner to me. I don't know why. You know, Davy Jones plays the organ too. But he's way more epic. Dude, can we just appreciate for a second how cool Davy Jones is in the Pirates of the Caribbean universe? That is some pretty impressive special effects. I thought the movie was kind of dumb, but Davy Jones is quite a sight to behold. Cattywampus sounds pretty skiwampus. Yeah, I always heard it as skiwampus. But then when I was doing lashes, and one of my clients was like, yeah, one of my lashes is just going all cattywampus. What? Okay, here's a question. Should I 100% Super Metroid? I'm going to need a guide. I've never 100%ed Super Metroid, but I guess we can try. I don't know how close I've come. I don't remember. You always got to have a niche, like a twist on these things, right? And now, finally, all the Triforce parts have gathered here. I'm sorry. After the Twilight Princess scanning, he just looks freaking derpy. J-Hobbs, how are you? Yeah, my alert's not happening in my head. Sad about it. Normally it plays an alert in my ears when somebody new comes into chat so I don't miss people. Catty Corner is East Coast lingo. I agree with Jordachi. Harry Potter needs more books, not movies. You know what? I would inhale a Marauders like backstory, like prequel whole thing. Harry Potter needs to be done. I actually agree with you. I think Harry Potter does need to be done. I think it just needs to be finished. We need to just let it go. It's amazing and awesome, but I think we can love it and appreciate it, but I don't. Okay, so what you're saying is, huh? I don't have Navi? I've already lost a heart? Oh, crap. So I can't. That was wrong. Crap. I already lost a heart. I don't have Navi. Okay. Okay. It's a good thing I have that. Okay, so I can be hit twice. That's cool. That's good to know. Okay, I'm missing things in chat. Something about Catty Corner. Hold on. This is so epic. Link is so tired. Aren't I supposed to hit him with the arrows of light? I just realized. I think. Oh! What? Navi's there? Oh, that's great. Good, thank you. Hello? What? You've got to be kidding! Oh. Okay, hold on. I feel like I'm unprepared for this. I'm already doing so poorly. Okay. And what happens if I save? And what happens if I die? I mean, I have two fairies. Ganondorf's face is cattywampus. Okay, wait. What did I say? What? Who said something earlier? Okay. Catty Corner is East Coast lingo. I say those things. Kitty Corner sounds like where cats go when they're naughty. I say Catty Corner. DJ's like, y'all speak weird. J.K. Rowling is a dweeb now. I try not to pay attention at all. Who said something about something being Dutch? Keep calm. Somebody said something about something being Dutch. Who said that? Okay, it's not up there. Where did I miss it? Somebody said something about cat being... Oh, Femi. Cat equals cat in Dutch. Well, cat. That was me. I'm gonna die. I can't get hit again. Oh, no. I hear Stixel barking. Hold on. feel like everything just got so chaotic. I feel the same way about Lord of the Rings as well. Like, I know what Amazon was trying to do, but, oh my gosh, did you guys, did you see Kalulu? I got like a for real stuffed Kalulu for Christmas. My mother-in-law made him. He's adorable. I love him. I love the touch. Are there hearts here? Okay, well, there's magic. That's good. Yay! I don't want to use up... Can I... Oh, okay. All right, that's cool. We've got some more pots over there. That's cool. I like how he, like, hung out up there and waited for me to heal. I feel the same way. I feel like... And to be totally honest, I think J.K. Rowling was smart for at least ending it. Because you cannot have something that just lasts forever. You just can't. That's just not how... All good things must come to an end at some point, right? And so, even though I would love more, like, actual realistic story, it just is what it is. That's what the story is. And you just can't... Okay. Run! Oh my gosh. What? Why are you missing? Oh, Link, you're gonna be the death of me. Child. Huh? Dang it! Well, at least I had some hearts or I would have died. Well, I'm gonna die now. Keep your eye on the thing, Link. Lonk. That's why your name is Lonk. No! I just put a bomb down. Cool. Get him, get him, get him. At least get 3 hits in. Good. Yeah, that was good. That was great. He has like an extra move he does when he gets like super angry. As if he's not angry now. Beans. Oh, that's right. I do have Nehru's Love. I'm kind of holding off for Nehru's Love. Well, I guess I just need magic. I was going to say, I'm kind of holding off on Nehru's Love for like the end epic, super epic fight. But I guess I could technically use it now. I get your timing right. This is what the Phantom Ganon did. We're like recycling. Oh, don't know! Oh, son of a nutcracker! Ooh. Okay, wait a minute. Now that I'm down here. Okay. Oh my gosh! This is terrible! I like all the Marvel stuff. I know that's how the comics went, but we don't need 50 Marvel movies a year. Truth. Tell that to Disney and Star Wars properties, I know. I know it. That's what happened to Chris Heimerdinger and the Tennis Shoes series as well. It is just unresolved. Link, you fool. I know, I feel like there's so much chaos. I don't like missing chat messages. I try to stay up with chat. I apologize if I ever miss anybody's chat message. I promise I'm not ignoring you. Boss fights are always really hard because I'm focusing a lot. Hey. I don't have Disney Plus. I heard Andor or whatever. You know what? That's okay. I'll take that. Hold on. What is the best place for me to climb up? Let me scout this all out here for a second. Oh man, he's gotten rid of like all, okay. Andor or whatever, the new series is great, but they're definitely squeezing blood from the stone. I know, they can't let it go. Either that, or you just need to, well, I guess Andor probably is this way, but either that, or you just need to like, you just need to like write something completely new. Like, even if, oh, okay. I guess that's kind of what Fantastic Beasts did, but as far as I know, Fantastic Beasts didn't do very well. Probably because JK, did JK write those? I mean, I hate to say it, but I know everybody's really mad at her and a lot of people have a lot of thoughts. But the reality is she can write. She wrote an amazing story. I hate the sound he makes. I mean, I guess I don't, because you're the bad guy. But that's a really awful sound. Just that retching. Ugh. Can't deny that Harry Potter, like, changed the world. Will there ever be anything quite like Harry Potter ever again? I don't know. I really don't know. He swipes that thing aside like it's freaking nothing. Like it's a fly. You can do this, Lonk. Will I be able to get fairies on the way down? Huh. Oh, that hit him. Oh, that hit him. I feel like hiccup. Oh, I hit it. That's another movie we should all watch. You know what? I am Z-targeting you, and Link is hitting the side of you. I don't understand. Okay. Do these get faster every time? That was fast. Huh. Crap! Dang it. Well, screwed that one up. Oh, no! Yeah! That's what I was thinking of. There was like the second move that's like even worse than the other one. He throws his cape back. I'm fine! I'm fine. Huh? Thank you, Zelda. Oh, no! That's okay, I need magic anyway. I haven't died yet. Oh, lies. Yes, I did. I'm an idiot. Oh, hearts, yes! Okay, wait. Wow, the chaos. Oh, the commands. Yes. I've said forever, Star Wars needs to go to the old Republic, thousands of years before the Skywalker. The new Avatar might be the next Harry Potter. Jordachi, remind me again how you felt about Avatar. I can't even remember. We have got to... hold on. I gotta talk on Charlotte's camera and be like, yo, play Disney Dreamlight Valley or something. Very okay. 3 out of 5. Yeah, it's because Charlotte is playing a game. That reminds me, I should download that game on her. Hey, Charlotte. I don't know what your game you're playing, but your game is stopping my game. So you need to play either Breath of the Wild or you need to play Zelda or I'm sorry, Disney Dreamlight Valley or something.
Hey, yo. Okay, so.
Oh,
hey,
all right.
I have an idea.
Thanks, babe. I love you. I gotta fix that.
Get that on out of here.
Okay, wait. The movies. Okay, JK wrote them. Oh, you mean Fantastic Beasts. All the movies are packed with too many plot lines. They'd be great for book stories, but not for a 2-hour movie. Well, yeah, that's fair. There's definitely sequelitis aplenty. Thankfully, they only made one Zelda game. The thing with the Zelda games are, though, is that all of them have worked. All the stories have all worked. Most of them anyway. I haven't played any Zelda game that I thought was just absolute garbage. Except, I mean, even Majora's Mask, as much as I didn't love it, I still don't feel like it was a horrible game. I just didn't prefer it myself, but I didn't feel like it was garbage. I mean, it's kind of my argument with Breath of the Wild. It's a good game, but they totally could have spun a different story more suited to that gameplay. Making a new property with that kind of budget would have been a gamble. First-party Nintendo titles generally do well regardless. I've been playing through Twilight Princess lately. It's been pretty good so far. Is that your first time? Oh, I love Twilight Princess so much. We haven't seen Strange World yet either. I thought there would be some themes in it that would be just a little over Charlotte's head, from what I could gather. It's rated PG-13, actually. And so, what? No magic? Oh, no. What do you do if you don't have magic? Oh dear. I feel like this fight is just absolute garbage. I feel like I should just start over, but maybe not. Ugh. It was a save I haven't played in 6 years. Oh, nice. Huh. Oh! Oh my gosh. Okay. You can't just, like, shoot him with an arrow of light just normally, right? Because he'll just, like, knock it to the side or whatever. It's better to not Z-target him, to be totally honest. I don't know why the aiming is so bad in the Z-targeting. Honestly, it's because when you Z-target, you automatically hit horizontal or vertically instead of horizontally? I don't know. It's weird. From what I've read as far as reviews for Strange World goes, I've heard it was not that great. And that they did no advertising for it whatsoever. And so nobody even really knew it was being released. So it bombed at the box office. Whoa. It gone. Ganon has a point. Beaten by this kid. Link is like, okay, boomer. I know. 2022 has been a down year for movies. That's actually what I've heard. I haven't really... I don't think I can really think of... Although I guess Everything Everywhere All at Once or whatever came out in 2022, right? I still haven't seen that. Oh, you're so nice. It's your favorite of the year. Oh yeah, it's not over until the fat lady sings. Now we have a very convenient ramp that, like, runs down around the castle. Yay. Maldor, how are you? He's trying to bring the tower down on us. I know, actually, this scene, for whatever reason, it always reminds me of, ever since I saw Lord of the Rings, it always reminds me of the Sauron's tower when it, like, cracks and falls. That's such an epic scene. I would love to watch Lord of the Rings with you guys on Discord sometime. Sorry, princess, I'm leaving you behind. Let's go. But they're so long. I don't know how I would do that. I honestly don't have a clue. Hello? I don't know how we would do that. Getting my butt kicked in here. Are the pots back? Because that would be stupendous. They are! Oh my lands. You're too tall, man. You're too tall. Oh, I do have... Oh, okay. That's enough. That's fine. My magic has been healed, apparently. That's cool. Oh. Yeah, she gets very upset when I get hit. Well. Yeah, that's basically what's happening here. It's like the whole tower is supposed to come crashing down on us. Whoa. I want to see her make that jump. I'm singing right now. I enjoyed Glass Onion. I don't even know what Glass Onion is. What is Glass Onion? Huh? Now would be an ideal time to load. Uber Stuber just came in because Zelda, and I'm already enjoying your channel. Oh, I'm so glad. Ah! Oh my gosh. I thought I was gonna die. Wow. That was so close. Well, I'm so glad you're here.
I think you're really cool. I like you.
Oh, this is the one where... Oh.
Maybe we can hang out.
Thanks for following my channel. I appreciate it. Well, we are... I am trying to do this with only 3 hearts. Made it this far. Oh! Wait. When in doubt. Oh. Get over here. Both of you. Can I kill both of them? Or hit both of them? Did he just jump away? That didn't even hit him! Yes, Zelda is awesome. Oh gosh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die and I'm not gonna have any fairies left for the big giant fight. Oh gosh. Is he gonna disappear or does he come back? Sorry, I'm probably missing some things in chat. I do not, when in doubt, let it out. Oh, he didn't disappear. I've gotta kill you. Fast. Oh, hallelujah. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Lonk. Oh, thank you. Thank you, girl. When in doubt, let it out. I did make my worst movies of 2023 list yesterday. It'll be way easier to make than the best list. Wait, 2023 or 2022? Can you time travel? Because that would be stupendous. That would be amazing. Can you move forward in time? Because that sounds amazing. Why? Why are you running in all these crazy... Okay. You can only time travel forward. Yes. Uber Stuber, I really love your name. Oh, I think we're like... Girl, it's okay. It's okay, it's okay. Just go. It's fine. We're good. Trying to see around three-dimensional rocks. Why do I do that? I was gonna say, someone has the inside scoop. Yeah, it's Jordachi. Oh, no. No! He will suck the life out of me. I don't have a lot of life. I remember that. Oh. Wow, we only have 26 seconds? Really? Wow, that took a long time, I feel like. Maybe? Okay, here it is. Here's the final showdown. Here it is. Sauron's Tower. Every once in a while, that scene will pop up in my YouTube feed when Sauron, like when Gollum falls into the Mount Doom and everything, and then how everything freaks out. And I'll just sit and watch it because it's just an amazing scene. I love those movies so much, but like I said, they're like 4 hours long. When am I supposed to have 4 hours to be able to watch them on Discord with you guys? Okay, that is, Jordachi, you make a great point, because honestly, that is one beef I definitely have with this. So Zelda has been chic this whole time, and then like, what happens? Like your sword gets knocked out or something? And she's just standing there like, oh no, what do you do? I'm thinking, well, bust out your chic mod and come help me. Good gracious. Oh, I love Lord of the Rings. Love. Okay, so I haven't ever seen the last two Hobbits. I saw the first Hobbit movie and I did not love it. I read the book a long time ago and I loved the book. It's just been a really long time. But I didn't see the last two for unknown reasons. You know what? That is not true. I think I did see this. I don't remember. Hey, Scorpio, thank you. Thank you so much. Scorpio, 115 gift subs. You're so kind. You get a song snippet if you want one. Oh, fire. I love Lord of the Rings. I remember Lord of the Rings was the very first movie I ever watched in a theater, or ever watched ever, really, that was so unbelievably gigantic. Like the scale of it was so big, like the world, and then just how epic it was. And I don't mean that in a jokey way. I mean, it really was. Like, the Mines of Moria and the Balrog and all that stuff. I had never seen anything like that. And it, like, completely blew my mind. Okay, but can we just appreciate that this is a really scary Ganon? Right here! You can't chic and help me out? For the love. Oh, it's time to take down Christmas decorations. You know what's funny about that? We bought those inflatables on sale. Andrew put them up in our yard last night. So we put Christmas decorations up yesterday. He was like, we have until the new year. Ooh, good luck taking down those decorations. Thank you so much, Scorpio. Have a good weekend. Lord of the Rings is a treasure. They're my favorite books. And in my top 5 movies. Okay, wait. Are all 3 of them like 3 of your top 5? Or are they all kind of like one movie to you? The Hobbit movies aren't bad, but Jackson for some reason made decisions in the movies by comparison to the book that altered a lot of things. The sword. Okay, we're gonna fight. Oh, we're gonna fight Ganon here with a Minnesota accent. It's gonna be so good. I don't think I'm gonna make a save state because I feel like I totally screwed up that earlier fight. So if we have to go through all this again, like, it's probably, it's probably for the best. Don't you use the hammer here? I think you do use the hammer. I consider them one big movie. Okay, good. Good, good. The sword has become the sword in the stone underground. Yes. You're telling me Zelda can't just, like, pick that up and throw it at me? Like, come on. Really? I'm feeling a little resentment for Zelda at the moment. Oh! Can you use bombs on him? Because that would be great. Although, I feel like those would just go... Well, bomb chews would just go... Oh! He is so close to me! Oh, my. How do you do this? I don't even remember. Oh, no! Don't even remember. You gotta hit his tail, right? Yes, you gotta hit his tail. Okay, what do you have to say? Ganon, I really have no idea what his weak point is. Well, his tail is super colorful and pretty back there. Can you defend with your sword? Hold on. I'm gonna use Nehru's love. Can you just pause for a second? Thank you. He's like, I guess I'll let you heal. That's good. Ah! Oh, my lands. Okay, I thought I was supposed to, like, shimmy under his legs. But I guess not. How do you get behind him? I don't even remember. Oh, I don't have a sword. That's right. Oh. Hit it! Hit it! Link! Locke! Whoever you are! What's your name? Can't remember. Oh, ha. Oh, whoa, that was really lucky. No, that's not what I wanted. Should I even be like... Ooh! Should I even be Z-targeting? I don't even know. Oh! This is bananas. I think if he knocks down enough of these things, I think you do get hearts. You get fairies! Excuse me for just a minute while I collect a fairy. Can I do that? Hit his tail! What is this? Mario 64? Suddenly we're fighting Bowser. I mean, right? I've never played Mario 64, to be honest. I'll just, oh, I didn't mean to do that, but I guess I kind of can. That was the weirdest way to... I love that I'm about to catch a fairy. I caught a fairy and he's literally about to kill me. Oh, yeah. Oh, my timer went out. Uber joined the party and I love it. Oh, I don't know how to do this. I can't remember. Oh, that's okay. I mean, that's not uncommon in Mario games, usually, when you're dealing with a boss that has a tail. I feel like that's pretty... I would really love... Can I not use my hammer? Why? It thinks I'm trying to use Nehru's love. Oh my gosh, I hate the joystick. Oh, that's so irritating. I'll move the hammer over here so it knows, like, what I'm trying to do. Ah. Okay. I feel like this is absolute madness. Total chaos. Okay. Oh, rolling is right. Maldor was right. Thanks, Maldor. You're a real pal. You are so frightening. Wow. Oh my gosh. You're as frightening as Hilly Holbrook in Help. How does he roll with this giant hammer? How many times? Okay, we got this. We have got this. We're gonna do it. And it only took one fairy. You'd think he would keep his tail. Oh no! You'd think he'd keep his tail like away, like up all the time. Oh my gosh, how many hits? Do yourself a barrel roll. Oh, come on. Come on! Do it. Oh! I don't have enough magic. Oh, dang it. Beans. Okay. One hit from him and I am dead. There's no way. I have 2 fairies, which is great.
Good news, everyone.
But... oh, something just happened. Oh, no! That didn't even hurt me! How did that not hurt me? We did it! No, we didn't yet. What am I supposed to do? The Master Sword is here. Run to me. I guess she can't throw it. She can't run to you with it. Thanks for resubscribing, Maldor. I appreciate that. I really do. If you'd like a song snippet. Everything's very epic right now. Pull it out. Do your thing. Oh, is he gonna get up? Oh, no. He's gonna get up? What? Oh, beans. I'm sorry. How is that not hurting me? Like, for real. I don't understand. I know. I'm sorry. This is a family-friendly channel. I did not mean... after I said it, I was like, oh, magic! Oh my gosh. I didn't know he gave you magic. That is very helpful. I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to say anything, but chances are somebody else is going to be like, what? Susie. I don't think I've ever used Nehru's Love so much in my life. Oh, right under the leg. Oh, I guess I can roll under him, can't I? Oh, come on. No! You're tall, man. This is the problem with being tall. This is what happens when you're short. Like me. I am short. I may not look it on camera, but I am short. Meh. Can you not hit it up there? Nope. You cannot. Huh? What is even happening? I can't see anything! This is so bonkers. I don't remember this fight ever being quite so insane. But I've never done this fight in front of people before, so, you know. How many times? The N64 camera angles are the worst. Did I even get him? I don't even know. Like, I'm comparing this to playing Horizon Forbidden West and, like, the amazing camera angles and how you can see everything. And it's very rare that you get yourself in a position where you're like, I can't see what's going on. But that was just the norm with this stuff. Like, we just dealt with it all because it was all we had. But, man. Oh, I'm in a groove now. I don't even need Nehru's Love anymore, but I'm going to do it. Link is probably like 5'3", right? Yeah, who said that? I think it was Alcondro said that he was only like 5'2" or something. Thanks for screaming over there, Zelda. It's good to know that you are... Boom! Get him. Get him. I kind of agree with you, Uber. You couldn't have done that before? Zelda. Oh. She was limited. His eyes. Whoa! Yeah, Breath of the Wild Link is very... He is quite... He's quite short. He's a little guy. I like that he has to get up and like... Hey, it's Alex! How are you? Gets up and has to like wacky arm waving, wiggling, go, ah! I'm dying! 6 Sages, do your thing. mustaches and all. We did it, guys. We did it. And yet he comes back in the next installment every time. Every time. Super wacky inflatable arm flailing cannon. Seriously. Like, he's on the ground and you hit him and then he literally, like, pushes up and is like, wah! Was that the King of Hyrule? No. That is, he goes by Rauru, I think. I do not believe he is supposed to be the King of Hyrule. That was a tremendous amount of butt kickery. Or tail kickery. Reality! I wasn't sure if I would like your channel, but now that I see you always return your shopping cart, this place feels like home. Oh, listen. I always return my shopping cart and I always use my blinker. It's true. It is absolutely true. Oh, it's you. I thought you were Charlotte. I was getting ready to give her a really, like... Yeah, I was looking about doorknob height.
Something else
The kitchenette and the sack that goes with
Oh,
the
yes,
kitchenette
I
is
did not-
self-explanatory.
Yeah.
However, the pots are not.
Oh, those just need to go in the trunk of my car because we just have to take them back. We took recycling in today, so I had to move everything out of the way. I mean, wouldn't you guys agree with that description? I was trying to think of something interesting and kind of unique to put as my Twitch description, you know? So, you know, like, when I think of myself, I would say that's pretty accurate, right? I'm a pretty animated person. I'll exterminate your descendants. Is that what happened between this game and Twilight Princess? Is that what he said? Sorry, Andrew was asking me a question. I'll exterminate your descendants. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Zelda's Lullaby is a gorgeous song, and when it's played, like, completely orchestral, oh, yeah, chills every time. Every time.
Because
Yeah,
I had
yeah,
just,
yeah,
you were like
yeah.
accusing
Oh,
Michael
yeah.
so adamantly.
Yeah.
You were
Uber, we really love commands here. I use a third-party app called StreamerBot that allows me to have like all these little reaction things pop up.
Oh,
we have
what?
a good time with them. Anytime something crazy happens. I've actually been kind of remaking my channel trailer for my Twitch page because all those clips are all really old at this point. Like Auden looks like she's 6 months old. So now if you watch it, there's this part in the music where the music stops right after this like little guitar riff, and I have it so Auden pops into the screen in that one little clip that Andrew got forever ago. And so last night I was like, she looks so young. I should update that. So now I have it to the Charlotte shoving the pie in my face for extra life. I thought it fit pretty well. I haven't completed it yet though. I'm not happy with all the clips. Her eyebrows still look yellow. She looked so sad there. Isn't Twilight Princess the game that comes after Ocarina of Time? That's a great question. I'm not sure. Because I think there were some Game Boy games that were released before Twilight Princess was released. This was a ways from Twilight Princess, I think. Well, no, because Majora's Mask happened after this. And then I think it was... Oh, shoot. I'd have to look at a timeline. Give me the instrument. Yeah. She's going to send me home. Maybe I should cosplay Zelda at some point. I'm not a cosplayer, but it would be fun. Actually, if I had my way, I would love to dress up as Aloy for Halloween. My mother-in-law could make a sweet, sweet costume, but it's really complicated. And what would I do with it afterward? Have you guys seen the video of somebody showing up to Comic-Con dressed as Aloy and they have a full-blown Watcher? If somebody in a Watcher costume, like a complete Watcher costume. This part was always really, well, yeah, because you're going back in time, right? So like everything goes away. That's the real takeaway. Will he eliminate her descendants, though? Considering the lack of lineage in the game / storyline, his goals are impossible. That is actually true. Oh, timeline-wise? Gosh, I don't know. I know there are lots of websites and lots of people that have put together the Zelda timeline. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Skyward Sword is supposed to be the beginning. Because that's when he first comes down to the surface from Skyloft, right? I loved Skyward Sword. I thought it was great. I will play it one of these days. Absolutely. I will play it. And Girahim will be Fashion Week. The Windwalker. My nightmares. Have I seen that YouTube video making fun of Dragon Ball Z called Dragon Z Ball P? I have not. But my imitation of the instrument reminded you of that intro. I've never seen it. But now I'm going to have to look it up. Hand me the instrument. I'm going to play a 6 solo. I got a demo tape. Skyward Sword is the first in the timeline. Yeah, I seem to recall hearing that, which I guess makes sense. I liked Skyward Sword. They did a lot of recycling with bosses, but ultimately I thought it was good. I liked all the dungeons and everything. The bosses were not great. Although, I will say, I think it has one of the coolest bosses in the entire Zelda franchise, which is funny because it has one of the worst, but then it also has one of the best. DJ says, well, my first Zelda game. You guys made it super entertaining. I loved it. You're getting a hug, and you're getting a hug, and you're getting a hug. You're all getting hugs. This was DJ's first time ever watching a Zelda game. I'm glad it could be this one. I mean, they're all good. They're all good. I hope you enjoyed it, DJ. I hope you did. You just have to remember that when this game first came out, it was like unreal. Nobody had seen a game like this before. Zelda games hadn't been done like this. Regular games in general hadn't been done like this. This was definitely a segue into more, you know, gaming. Like, this game kind of broke a lot of... What's the term I'm looking for? Oh yeah, everybody's partying. Everybody's dancing around. It was a huge deal back in the day. And it still, to this day, is looked at as one of the greatest video games of all time. And playing it now, it's like, oh, okay. But realistically, when it first came out, it was groundbreaking. My personal favorite Zelda game is Twilight Princess, but that's just because of the time of my life I played it in, and just, you know, I mean, everybody can have their favorite. That's fine. It's fine. There's an official book. Okay, wait. I really wish Nintendo would make their classic games available for purchase. You and me both, Uber. I don't know why they have to do this Nintendo Switch Online thing. They could release all the games, including the Game Boy games, and everybody would buy them. I speak as if I know how to port things. I don't. I have no idea. But I agree. I think all of them need to be released. I wish all of them could be released. They're both so sad. Why is the King Zora sad? I mean, I know why he's sad. Hey, it's Bison! How are you, Bison? I want to play the old Legend of Zelda games without needing to pay $80 a year, right? Because when they came out with the expansion pack, I remember being like, okay, well, this kind of makes sense for one person. Because then, like, I guess I can get all my playing done. Because that's my plan, is to get all my playing done with, you know, in 1 year and then cancel it. But then it's like, okay, cool. So I can never play them again unless I want to pay another $80. And I guess technically that's $80 for a whole bunch of games, but it just irritates me. I don't know. I feel like Nintendo has made some really weird calls. It is Magic Bean Man. He was hanging out with the Bomb Chew guy. We didn't go see the Bomb Chew guy, but the Bomb Chew guy is literally sitting on a magic carpet hovering over a sand trap pit place out in the desert. And he was hanging out with that other weird, creepy dude that's like the science guy in the lake or over at the lake. Yeah, they would make billions. If they made each game individually purchasable, and then you could play it over and over and over again. I don't mind playing like I don't mind paying $3.99 or whatever. It's honestly, Nintendo Switch Online is pretty cheap when you look at like the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo. But once you add the expansion pack, it's not worth it anymore, really. And part of me kind of wishes I would have just gone a different route as far as streaming these games. I feel like I probably could have made that happen and I could have saved myself $80, but it's fine. It's fine. HL1 was groundbreaking in many ways as well. Half-Life. Oh, are you talking about Half-Life? Oh, that's what DJ said. Unless you played N64 and some nostalgic games are available, you're probably only going to play Metroid. Did I say Metroid? Mario. Oh my lands. Mario and Zelda. That's probably true. I mean, we borrowed an N64 from somebody, and the only games we had on it were Banjo-Kazooie, which is kind of an, that one's not as popular, obviously. We had Banjo-Kazooie, and we had this. And then we had another game. I think it was called like Shadow Man or Shadowlands or I don't even know. Ship of Harkonnen? The Harkonnens are here somewhere. Okay, so I actually just played the 2 Portals for the first time ever, and that was phenomenal. We had a great time. I'd never played them. I couldn't believe I'd never played them. Well, there it is. And scene. Ocarina of Time. Finished. That's been on my to-stream list for a really long time. That's a great one. That's important to me because it came... oh, Ship of Harkonnen is Ocarina of Time ported to PC. Oh, I read that as Harkonnen. I was like, the Harkonnens? What? Baron Harkonnen he's around here somewhere. Yeah, this one had a pretty big impact on my life. I think it had a bigger impact on my sister. My sister is Cage. Oh, Jordachi, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. It had more of an impact on Katie. Cage Roan is my sister. And I remember her playing it just over and over and over again. Is this what got you into drawing, Cage? I don't remember. Nintendo retro gaming, or how I stopped worrying and learned to squeeze blood from a previously purchased stone. While that is true, I was referring to the fact that Half-Life 1 came out the same year as Ocarina of Time. Oh gosh, did it really? Okay, wait, what was Half-Life on? Was it for PC? Or was it on a console? It was probably for PC. See, I didn't have a PC growing up. I only gamed on consoles. And so to this day, I'm still a console gamer. I never owned a PC. My dad wouldn't let us own a PC. We only ever had Macs, which were terrible at games. I played the weirdest games on Macs because that was all we had. So I played consoles all my life. And we always went the PlayStation route because my brother was the one purchasing the consoles. And I was just kind of at his mercy. And he chose PlayStation over Microsoft. So we've always been a PlayStation family. We had a PS1, PS2. I have a PS3 still. I owned a PS4, but then I sold it to my sister and got a PS5. So I've always been in the PlayStation realm. The first game I ever played on the original Xbox was actually Oddworld Stranger's Wrath, oddly enough. And I loved it, and it's great. I have the remake or the remaster on my Switch. And then it wasn't until years later that I played the original Halo, and those are the only 2 games I've ever played on Xbox. So, there that is. The Zelda game I want to play so bad is Wind Waker. The animation style is timeless. I love the characters throughout the game, the unique adventure style, just everything. Okay, so you have played it, but you're waiting for them to re-release it on the Switch, right? Which I know you're not alone. There are a lot of people waiting for that. I know everybody's waiting for like a Twilight Princess / like Wind Waker HD kind of sort of remake. Although I think Wind Waker HD did come out on the Wii U. I liked Wind Waker. It didn't stick with me as much as Twilight Princess did, but I played it after I played Twilight Princess. I played it really, really late. So, I don't know. It might have had a different effect on me had I played it at a different time in my life. You know how video games are like that sometimes. Because they're kind of the background of like what goes on in your life, and the music is the background music to your life, and you can kind of remember where you were the first time you played this game or that game or whatever. And so Wind Waker was kind of, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It gave us Dragon Roost Isle, which I think is some of the best Zelda music to date. But I didn't absolutely adore it. I liked it and I enjoyed it, but I'm not like waiting on pins and needles for them to release it. I know. Ads. I know. My bad. Okay, I love that. I love that the game ends and then you just sit there with the screen. Literally, that's it. No button changes it. Oh, really? You can't even like end it? That's it? No? Oh, Uber's back. I'm sorry. I know. I don't like I don't like ads, but it is what it is, man. I've always said that I would probably consider giving up my affiliate status if it weren't for channel points. I love my channel points. We have all sorts of fun things with channel points. And so if I gave up my affiliate status, I'd have to give up channel points, and I don't want to do that. We have lots of fun with my channel points, and that's like the one reason I hang on to my affiliate status. Well, we did a poll Monday. We did a poll on what game I should play next, and Super Metroid, S-tier game right there. Old school, retro, best Metroid game out of the entire franchise is the one that won. So should we just dive on into that? Bye, Shore. It was so good to see you. Seriously, so good to see you. Okay, wait. Oh, so Bison, you haven't even played through Wind Waker all the way. I'm going to be totally real. I don't even really remember any of the dungeons, like, at all. I remember the Ganon fight at the very end, but that's pretty much it. Oh, that's very exciting. So that means that when you do get your hands on it, you have, like, this whole adventure you get to explore. That's great. I hope you get to do that. I really do. I've never played Wind Waker. Oh, Uber's never played Wind Waker. Oh, I thought you had. Only Zelda game I've owned or actually played is Breath of the Wild. Wow. Okay. I don't have any Zelda trivia. I've played almost every Zelda game I could get my hands on. I've played all the Zelda games except Spirit Tracks, Phantom Hourglass, and Four Swords. Oh, and the original Zelda, I guess. I guess I haven't played Hyrule Warriors, but I've played most Zelda games. Game Boy, GameCube, N64. Yeah, I just added that one today. Oh my gosh. As far as consoles, I've only owned portable Nintendo consoles, so Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and DS. Then at-home consoles have always been Xbox. I have never owned... That's not true. I owned one Xbox one time, and I got the red light of death after Ander and I played through the original Halo, which was a blast, by the way. Have I seen Cadence of Hyrule? It's a rhythm-based game set in this world. I've heard of it, but I never actually played it. Okay, so this is the Jimmy Barnes special. Okay, ready? And I just want to apologize to both Bison and Uber because this is so random. But this is from what is this? Is this like a real song? It must be a real song because it has a music video and everything. But there's just screaming. Okay, this is oh my gosh, what? I'm sorry. Okay, sorry, I just got a text message that totally threw me for a loop. Okay, here is the Jimmy Barnes special. It's literally it. That's it. Man, I keep forgetting to make that post on Discord. Oh, okay. I'm going to make myself a note. Post Jimmy Barnes. Unless somebody wants to do it right now on Discord. Post Jimmy Barnes on Discord. That all started from Michael. He's the one that came up with it. I think it was because, as weird as that was insanely impressive that you can hit those notes and the runs with your voice. Well, that's very kind of you. I promise I can sing. I normally don't scream, but I have to scramble to turn the volume down. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I have that set. You can use it one time per stream, and it's got a cooldown of 24 hours. So it's because it is the most loud and obnoxious channel point redemption I've got. There's the there's also the command alrighty then, right? What's the cooldown on alrighty then? I don't remember. Tell you what, I won't actually like you. I'll just I don't think we're gonna get to Super Metroid today because I just got a text message. I might have to go help my mom out with something. And alrighty then. Oh, there it is. Alrighty then. 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 So Michael, who is Zybotch, is famous for doing things like sing the song. What was it? What was it? 3 Hearts? 3 Hearts? Oh, The Legend of Zelda with 3 Hearts. It was like 3 hearts. I have 3 hearts. I only have 3 hearts. I only have 3 hearts. I only have 3 hearts. Something like that. I don't even remember what it was. But those make for some really great little like commands. Halo is easily one of the best first-person shooter games ever made. However, if you ever get the Master Chief Collection, don't waste your time with Halo 5. So I've only ever played the original Halo. I played it on an Xbox 360. And it was great. I loved it. It was a blast. My husband and I played it together. My husband is not a video gamer at all. Period. He has 0 interest in video games. But I managed to get him to play it with me. And actually, wasn't Cage living with us at the time? I think she was spending the summer with us. It was right after she graduated high school. I loved it. I thought it was great. Ander got a little annoyed with the twist that happened with the flood and everything. He was like, it just turned into a zombie game. Okay, well, I didn't have a problem with it turning into a zombie game. I thought it was great. I loved it. So I have dreams of streaming the original Halo because I am terrible at it. And I think it would be awesome. But since I only stream on consoles and my stream setup is actually just a laptop, I have the opportunity to, bye Fresh, have a happy new year. Oh, Encanto Live? Well, that sounds fancy. Thanks for hanging out, Fresh. I really appreciate it. But I have the opportunity to upgrade my stream stuff for I was given a sweet deal by a friend of mine. So, I'm hoping I can make that happen in the next year. And one of the reasons I'm hoping I can make that happen is so I could play something like Halo or Phasmophobia or whatever, you know, those PC only games that I cannot get on a console or that I just don't own the console for. So I'd really love to play the original Halo. It's the only one I've ever played. I've never played 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever. But yeah, my husband wasn't really down. He was just like, I just thought it kind of changed into a zombie game. But I thought it was great. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I loved the storyline. I had a blast playing it, and I would love to play it again. My crowning moment in playing Halo was when I decided to try and pistol whip a hunter. you can't do that. It doesn't work. I snuck up on a hunter that was sleeping and I was really proud of myself. Ander and I were playing co-op and I tried to pistol whip him and like kill him by hitting his head. And literally all you heard was dink as you hit his armor. And then he woke up and I was like, ah, abort. You can't pistol whip hunters. Oh my gosh. That was my favorite moment ever. But I'm more of a kamikaze type player where I just run in and like guns blazing and I just throw grenades everywhere. And if I die, so what? But Ander gets angry and goes, no, we have to be strategic. Like you take the right, I'll take the left. That's fine. We both have very different ways of playing Halo, but it's been a really long time since we've played it. I would love to play through it again. I'll also never forget the phone call I got from my dad, who loved playing the original Halo as well. He used to play it all the time.
Bullet.
And I remember I got a call from him one time, and he goes, Suze, I have something to tell you. First, I thought it was bad news. And he goes, I just beat the Truth and Reconciliation on Legendary by myself. And I was like, I love that you called me to tell me this because you know how much I understand what a feat that is. I refuse to play on Legendary. Legendary is unfair. I hate Legendary. It's not fun for me. But my dad did the whole Truth and Reconciliation all by himself. And he was like, it took me so many tries, but I finally did it. I was really, 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 I was really proud of him. You mean Leroy Jenkins? That's the way I always did it. My brother apparently also is the same way. He kind of runs in and like kamikazes. But I've said this on stream before. My dad will seriously, I went home to visit my dad last summer, or no, maybe it was 2 summers ago. Because it was the summer I found out I was pregnant with Auden. So whenever it was that I was back there, I was like, Dad, I really want to play Halo with you. And I could see my mother-in-law or my stepmom just roll her eyes. And I was like, I don't even care. I'm here visiting. I want to play Halo with my dad. So he hadn't booted up his Xbox in a while, but here we are, like co-oping it. And all of a sudden he's like, okay, so there's going to be an enemy ship that comes over from the left. They're going to come down. Bunch of little grunts are going to be dropped. There's going to be one sword guy. Let me take care of the sword guy. You run around and take care of the rest of them. There are going to be a couple elites, but there's one sword guy. But then there are going to be a bunch of grunts. And then after we finish all that, then another one is going to come in from this way, and they're going to have an invisible guy, so you need to be careful. Let me handle him, blah, blah, blah. And darn it, if that all didn't happen exactly the way he said it was, and it had been so long since he'd played it, hey, it's basically Dad! And he just knew. He had everything so memorized and he just knew. And we did the whole thing and he took care of all the guys and I took care of all the guys. And I just remember going, Dad, how do you know this game so well? And he was like, oh, you know, I used to play this game a lot. And I get irritated because I feel like my stepmom had something to do with him giving up his Xbox. I can't prove that. He told me he was wasting too much time. I know he's busy. They've got a lot going on. They serve as missionaries for our church. They help with addiction recovery and whatnot. They're part of these support groups and everything. And I know they're busy. But like, my dad's retired. So I always got irritated when my stepmom would be like, I think video games are just a waste of time. I'm like, well, he's retired. He's worked hard. He should be able to play Halo. Come on. So now I can't even play Halo with my dad when I go home and visit. Legendary with like 5 skulls on is really silly. Wait. You mean it's really silly, like stupid, can't even do it? Or like they see you from so far away. It's, to me, when games are that challenging, it's just not fun anymore. I just don't like Hollow Knight's Path of Pain. Like, it's just not fun. It just makes me mad. And I don't enjoy it. I play video games to enjoy them. I've never done any game on like ultra hard. Like, I think Martin went through and got all the, he just finished playing Horizon Zero Dawn. And I think he went through and got all the stuff. I think he 100%ed it on like ultra hard or something. And I was just like, yeah, no, that does not sound like fun to me at all. Like, I just don't. Yeah, there he is. Kalulu. There he is. Boop, right there. Boop, boop, boop. Well, and he won't bother you there. He'll just sit there. You never use those books. So Halo 1 tip. No matter the difficulty level, hunters can be killed with 1 pistol shot to the orange skin on their back. Well, I know that's how you kill them, but I was thinking you could pistol. I know that now. But I was thinking I could pistol whip them, and I was wrong because they're totally, totally, totally covered in. Oh yeah, this is a very, very. I mean, I don't get super religious on this platform, but it's a family friendly stream, and I'm a person of faith. But you know, to each their own. But yeah, my dad helps out. My dad and stepmom are really, really involved with all that. So I know they're busy, but like, kind of made me mad. Ander sighting. I know it's a wild Ander right there. Skulls take your aim dot away? You can't see your gun. Oh, okay, no, nope. That just sounds awful. That just sounds awful. Like I said, Martin just beat Horizon Zero Dawn on Ultra Hard, I think, or something. And I was just like, no, that sounds terrible. Like I struggle enough on normal. Like the first time I played through Horizon Zero Dawn, I sucked horribly. I was terrified all the time. And yet I loved it and I beat it and I managed to beat it. I even managed to do the Frozen Wilds, which is super intense. And then when I played Horizon Forbidden West, I got a lot more brave. I'd watched a couple people stream Horizon. It was mostly Kato. I learned a lot from Kato and I'm much better. Frozen Wilds still kicked my butt the second time I played through it. I did better, but it still kicked my butt. So like, I feel like I'm a relatively good gamer, but Ultra Hard just has I am not interested whatsoever. Nope. What? Oh yeah, she's been carrying this around. We got a bath bucket for my baby for Christmas, so we've got like colored soap all over the place. David Attenborough voice. And here we have a wild Ander seen in its natural habitat. I want to squeeze his head. Where? I hate having my camera mirrored. I have my camera mirrored because I was wearing that shirt one time. I made a Portal shirt that says "Get Mad" and it just had lemons on it. But I had to flip my camera so you guys could read it. But having my camera mirrored, I cannot figure out what is happening anywhere. Nowhere. Just got to buy him an Xbox Series 1. And Halo and guilt trip him into playing. I mean, I don't know what my dad, if we were suddenly like, here's an Xbox for you. My stepmom would be so mad. I love my stepmom, but she definitely does not have space in her heart for video games. Which is funny because she's on her phone a lot. So they both are. They're both on their phones a lot, but they're busy. I get it. You know, it's fine. Well, okay, so I have technically about like 40-ish minutes. Nature is majestic. That just might be one thing that I add into my channel trailer right there. No, I have to hold my hand up like this. That's what it is. I have about 40 minutes until I usually sign off. So honestly, it's up to you guys. I can either get Super Metroid started or we can do some Zelda trivia or something. I can just sign off early and we can just call it a day and then I can come back on Friday. Just a reminder, FY all your eyes, we are watching Megamind this weekend, same time. It'll be 1 p.m. Central. I will not be streaming it on my Discord. So everybody's responsible for finding a way to watch it on their own. I will just timestamp it. J-Hops was very kind to find something that basically timestamps it for everybody. So if they log into their Netflix account, if everybody's logged in, because it's on Netflix right now, I hope that doesn't change by Saturday. Netflix is always like throwing things out and being like, just kidding, you can't watch this anymore. Now you can watch this. That's not what I wanted to watch. But it like syncs everybody together or something. So I have to kind of figure that out, but I'm kind of open to like whatever you guys want to do for the rest of the stream. But yeah, that's happening on Saturday, and then yeah, and then it'll be the new year, and then we can all do that really funny joke where we're like, "See you guys next year." That's why I don't do Netflix or Hulu. They always get rid of what I love. I know, right? Like, what the heck, man? I know. I guess I should just buy the movies I like. Because Megamind is an underrated gem of an animated movie. We talk about it all the time. It used to be on Hulu, and then it went away, and now it's on Netflix. I hope it's still there, but we do have Disney Plus, and we utilize Disney Plus mostly for Bluey, to be totally honest. I have an 8-year-old, and then I have an almost 2-year-old. And my almost 2-year-old really loves Bluey, but she loves the idea of Bluey. She doesn't actually like to sit and watch Bluey. Thank you so much for being here, Jordachi. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the lurk. Thanks for the gift sub. I really appreciate it. It might depend on the region. Not everything is available in, say, the Netherlands. See, that's what I that's what I worry about too, is because I don't know. It's on Netflix in the US, but I don't know about other regions. I have absolutely no idea. Let me check this message really fast. I might have to go help my mom, but oh my goodness. Yeah, so that started from Breeze. Breeze had these little emotes that were like peeking up like in chat, and so one thing led to another, and I just decided to make my own. Okay, well let's at least rechange. Let's get all my button mapping back to the way they're supposed to be. It's supposed to be, because that would be stupendous. Is this where you do it? Yes. Reset. Yes. Hooray. I know, we've got a super awesome group of people today, man. Oh, that's going to take some getting used to. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. All the people. I love my people. I was just telling Andrew yesterday, there is definitely a huge difference in the days that I stream versus the days that I don't stream. On the days I don't stream, I find my patience wears thin quicker. And I'm a stay-at-home mom. And so there are some days where I'm just like, and yesterday was one of those days. Wouldn't it be nice if you could do custom button mapping per game? That would be nice. That would be really nice. Portal 2 was a delight. Katie and I still have to finish multiplayer or 2-player. We started it, but we never got to finish it. As far as I know, Sega doesn't really have any like super great games that I'm super excited about. And I haven't really purchased anything. Oh, I do still have Superliminal. Isn't that kind of like Stanley Parable? And then I also have more stuff that isn't on here, but yeah, this is like all the stuff that I've got, at least on my Switch, but I have more that's in my Nintendo. Poor Sega. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, see, here's Stranger's Wrath right here. Oddworld is such a strange... I love Oddworld. I love it. I think my favorite one is Abe's Exodus, I think, which I actually don't currently have on my Switch. I don't think it's available on the Switch. It is available in the PlayStation Store, though. Stanley and his bucket. Yes. I still need... Oh, I wonder if I can make a shirt. How would I make a shirt? How would I make a Stanley Parable shirt? I don't even know how I would do that. Have I played Nobody Saves the World? I have not. I've actually held on to it because I was going to stream it, but when I've kind of mentioned it before, nobody really seems that interested in it, which is fine. There are other games people are more interested in instead of that one. And so I've just kind of hung on to it for just playing on my own. But right now I'm playing... Oh, you're probably right, DJ. I could do that. The end is never the end. The end is never. And it's kind of one of those things, just like the get mad with the lemons. If you know, you know, right? It's kind of how it is with all video games. I mean, most people recognize like the Triforce or like a Mario 1-up sign or something like that. But, you know, with like get mad or like take the lemons or whatever. Like that's one of those situations where if you know, you know. I forgot about it at the end. What is the one next to Nobody Saves the World? This is called Severed. I don't even remember who made it. I think it's the same people. Drink Box, Juice Box, Drink Box. But I got it on sale once, and I don't know anything about it, but I got it on sale. So there's that. I'm gonna take the lemons and burn your house down. Do you know who I am? I'm Cave Johnson. Yeah, take the lemons. That was so funny. Oh my gosh. The broom closet ending was my favorite. Oh, I can't even remember. Oh, I had such a great time playing Portal. Well, what should we do, you guys? Okay, wait. If you're looking for another, okay, wait. If you're looking for another game to add to your arsenal, might I suggest Sky Children of Light? It's pretty, the music is amazing, and also free. I'm gonna write that down. Do you think an 8-year-old could play it? Oh, I also own Journey, which is literally like a one-stream play. But it's beautiful, and the music's gorgeous. I mean, we're playing Super Metroid, but I just don't know if I should start it today, or if I should, I guess I could work on my cross-stitch, that's true. Oh, is it made by the same people who did Journey? Oh. I loved Journey. What is the Spooky Hands? Yeah, that's Severed. That's by the same, okay, Nobody Saves the World and Severed are done by the same people that did Guacamelee, which is a delight. FY all your eyes. The Guacamelee games are phenomenal, and they go on sale pretty regularly. Great games. Metroidvania, kind of. Lucador, Metroidvania. It doesn't get much better than that. It's pretty great. I have Breath of the Wild. There it is. Yep. That's the only cartridge I own, and it is in Charlotte's Switch right now. Oh my gosh, Trekkie, I love Myst! You know what? I own it. It's on my PS3. I remember I got it when I had a week of vertigo when I was pregnant with Charlotte, and I was so sick. And I remember thinking, well, maybe I can play this game because there's no, like, moving around. It's all still, you know? Yeah, no, that didn't work. I was still super sick and couldn't look at a screen for very long. But I do own it. I definitely own it. Especially when going from a normal, oh, you can have a master of English language and still have difficulty typing. That is also true. Guacamelee is so fun. Guacamelee is great. I loved Guacamelee, and I loved Guacamelee 2. I thought they were both phenomenal. I thought they were really, really great. There were some platforming moments in Guacamelee that made me want to chuck my Switch against the wall. We're talking like almost borderline Celeste platforming. It was pretty intense. Okay, so now that I've run my mouth off for another 10 minutes, I have about 30 minutes until I need to sign off. So what would everybody like? Should I work on my cross stitch? Basically, Dad. This is for you. So this is basically Dad's cross stitch. This is Cornifer from Hollow Knight. Basically, Dad was so kind and donated $100 to my Extra Life charity campaign this year. So he gets a cross stitch. So that's what I do at the beginning of my stream. Thank you. My thumbs tend to just be too dumb. No. Sky is perfect for an 8-year-old. It doesn't require a lot of reading. Controls are simple, and you can play with other players around the world. There is public chat, but you have to go out of your way to use it. She would probably love that because she really loved the first time she ever played Journey. She met some little friend along the way, right? And they did the whole game together, the whole game. And then after the game is over, it always tells you who you played with. So I decided to just go out on a limb and just send him a message. And I just said, I don't know who you are, but thanks for playing. You were actually playing with my 8-year-old daughter. And she was just delighted that somebody was willing to stay by her side and help her through the game. And it seriously just absolutely made her day. And I got a message back and they said, that was actually my 10-year-old son. And he feels the same way. It was so cute. It was so cute. So I have really good memories for Journey. Myst was probably the first PC game I ever played. My school lent out computers to some students, and I got one for a couple months with Myst and a few other games I don't remember. Yeah, it was like point and click. I actually never finished it. I never actually finished it because we had it on a disc, and something happened to the disc, and I was able to make it through the whole thing except one area, and there was something wrong with that area, and I was never able to actually finish it. Have I tried Superliminal? I have not. Nope. I just downloaded, I think I downloaded it on Jordachi's recommendation, to be totally honest. Mist in VR is definitely like that. Oh yeah, Mist in VR. I didn't think about that. I do feel like if I were to play Mist, I would out myself for not being super smart. I would have a really hard time. I feel like I'd really struggle. Like, I know I made it through a lot of it way back in the day, but I think I had a friend that helped me or something. I only remember Myst because it was very frustrating, especially because it was a very different user experience. Oh yeah, it's a totally different experience. It's very, very different, but I do have it on my PS3. I have Myst and I actually have a really fun game called Sound Shapes on my PS3, which I really liked. It's a rhythm-based game and it's all based around music. It's really, really cool. But it actually gave me vertigo. Lots of flashing lights and everything. And maybe that's not what caused it. But all I know is right after I beat Sound Shapes, I had a week of vertigo when I was pregnant with Charlotte. And I tried to tell my doctor and they were just like, I don't know, you're pregnant. Like, who knows? Oh, just missed it. Ooh, that was good. That's awesome. That was very good, actually. First PC game I actually played through was Half-Life 2. Yeah, see, I never played any games on PC. We didn't own PCs. Oh, I bet that is true. I bet the headset, I'll have to ask Scorpio if he experiences that too, because I know he plays games in VR as well. I have a PS3, a PS4. I don't have a PS4 anymore. I sold my PS4 to Cage so I can get my PS5. So I have a PS3, a PS5. I have a fake PC. I have a PC that's a laptop. And I have a Switch, but I don't have Darksiders. I do not. I think you're probably right. Because at this point, what's the point of starting a new game? Okay, hold on. And I will put on some music for you guys, so you're not just sitting here listening to like the hum of my baby monitor. What? Home Depot? No. YouTube. The YouTubes. Let me find my music. Here he is. Because I can sit and talk about games forever. I love games. They're such a big part of my life. This is not... Oh, maybe it is. I guess this is part of it? Okay, whatever. Oh, thanks, Uber! I found it on Etsy, actually. Oh, Bison's Crocheting. This is the extent. Well, I was gonna say this is the extent of my, like, crafty talent, but that's not true. I make t-shirts. But I don't make t-shirts on stream right now because, I'm doing this. So I don't wanna... Because I like playing games, too, so I don't wanna, like, fill up my streams with too much crafty stuff. I have to get... Whoa, what? I have to get pictures taken of my t-shirts. That is what is holding me back. I need to get pictures taken of my t-shirts so I can actually upload them to my Etsy shop. But I make video game-based t-shirts and I use bleach. I think they're pretty cool. Michael was my first ever customer. I got that PC from the school in 6th grade. I was probably still rocking the Sega Genesis at the time. This is a heck of a pivot from most Sega and Nintendo games. Oh yeah, I remember the first time I ever played it, I was like, what is this game? I don't understand. Where's the, like... I know, but if we're just sitting here... Yeah, I was gonna say, I need to change my stream category anyway. But if we're just sitting here talking about games, I don't want to get Super Metroid started if we only have 30 minutes, and I might as well be doing this while we're talking. Because everybody has such awesome things to say about all their games and stuff. Cross stitch. Okay, question. I've been meaning to ask this. Do mods have the opportunity, like, can they change the stream category and stuff, or do you have to actually be an editor?
because I can't remember. Also, is there a way you can do it with a chat command? Somebody was saying that you can if you use Nightbot. Oh, mods can? Oh, I remember somebody saying mods couldn't. What are you crocheting, Bison? Silly! Okay, keyboards are banished. Solly was Michael's nickname. In, what was it, obedience school? Explains a lot. Just kidding. I get. Where are you? Cross-stitching in semi-low light is set game just chatting. Set title just chatting.
I guess I could do that through StreamerBot, but you can't set tags. I don't think. At least not through a chat command. I think you can do that through, because actually, now that I think about it, I did mess around with that a little bit earlier with StreamerBot, and you can set the channel title and you can set the game, but you can't add tags. Oh, there's so many bots. MooBot, PunchBot, StreamerBot. Okay, wait. Whoa. So, basically Dad got Persona 5, Tactics Ogre Reborn, Elden Ring, and Diablo 3, Death Stranding. What? Mortal Shell, Chrono Trigger, and FIST for Christmas as gifts and super cheap sales for free on Epic. Literally enough to last 5 years. I'll say. When are you even going to have time to play those? I hope you find time to play them. You deserve that. Summertime. Basically, Dad is a teacher. So during the week, he is basically... Stream Elements would use set commands. Oh, I forgot about Stream Elements. I think I disabled that because... Oh yeah, J-Hops was talking about Blossom Tales. I liked Blossom Tales, the first one. I was really surprised. It really threw me for a loop because I was not expecting great things, and it was actually really, really great. I mean, it's a definite Zelda knockoff for sure, but there were some great little puzzles in there. I thought it was great. I liked it a lot, and I'll have to check out the sequel. Yeah, well, I'm sure you have no time to play, like, whatsoever. Good thing all the consoles just sleep these days. You can just put them in rest mode, you know? That's what I do a lot with Horizon. You'd think I could sit baby girl down with my phone and be like, okay, you play your game and I'm gonna play my game. But no, she doesn't want me to play my game while she plays her game. She just wants to play her game and she doesn't want me to do anything. Okay. But she's kind of the boss, so... But Super Metroid is one of my top 5 games of all time. I'm very excited to play it. It is a good Zelda knockoff. I do agree with that. I'm really excited to play it. It's fantastic. We're talking like S-tier game up there. I'd say my top 5 are probably in no particular order. Breath of the Wild, Super Metroid, Final Fantasy VII, Hollow Knight, and Horizon Forbidden West. Is that 5? I think that's 5. Just got a flu shot. Pharmacist was all out of lollipops. That reminds me of Baymax. You have been a good boy. Have a lollipop. Sweet. Thanks. Auden does love Baymax. Oh my gosh. And the other day, so Charlotte has this little Frozen Lego set. And it has a tiny little Lego Olaf. And I swear on my life, Auden picked him up and she said in her own little almost 2-year-old gibberish, she said, I am Olaf and I like warm hugs. It was so cute. Oh, I wish I'd had my phone going, but why would I have my phone going? We were literally just sitting in her room. That's the whole reason we get flu shots, right? I don't think I've ever gotten a flu shot with a lollipop with a flu shot. That's a bummer. I need to change that. Next time I go get a flu shot, I need to be like, do you have any lollipops? They don't even give Charlotte lollipops. They give her stickers. But if Charlotte ever gets a shot, I get her a Happy Meal. I can't with Olaf. You know, I did not like Olaf in the first Frozen movie. He was really obnoxious to me, but I warmed up to him in the second movie, and he's cute and he can be funny and entertaining, but there is definitely there is such a thing as too much Olaf, for sure. I don't know. He's really cute and my baby loves him. But ultimately I get tired of him. You should always be recording. I know I should just set up, well, I should have cameras in every room in my house to catch all those things. I know. I missed it on my phone or whatever, and I'm really sad because it was really cute. There are so many games I'd love to play. Like when I really get thinking about it, I'm like, man, I can't let myself get out of control because I'll just never be able to stream all the games I want to stream. There's just too many. Not to mention there are newer ones coming out, you know? And every time I see an ad for The Last of Us, like the HBO show, I get this crazy idea to stream it because I've never played it before and because I'm a huge weenie and I get really scared. But I think to myself, well, maybe I should I own it. It came with my PlayStation 3. I own it. But I've never played it. And I think maybe that should be a channel point redemption, like a community channel point redemption, and cost a million points. And maybe I should just try it because I could like it. But he's suicidal. He wants to experience summer. Yeah, but he doesn't know it'll kill him. That's the thing. He doesn't know it'll kill him. Because he says, winter and summer are both so intense. Put them together, it just makes sense. Yeah, he doesn't know. And that's why Kristoff says, I'm going to tell him. And then she says, don't you dare. I can only take so much Olaf. You should see my little cousin play games. She loves Among Us. Oh, which we do sometimes. We do community Among Us streams, which are really, really fun. Those will happen like every other, on a Saturday, maybe once a month, something like that. She loves Among Us. Whenever she plays, she yells that she's playing. She'll go out of her way to find you just to tell you she's playing. It'd be cute if it didn't hurt my ears so much. I just want you to know I'm playing a game. If anybody needs me, I'm playing a game. It sounds like something my child would do. Among Us VR sounds terrifying, actually. Get sliced open by the imposter? Look down at your own insides? Ooh, you know what game looked scary was that underwater game. Or not that underwater game. What was it? On like an abandoned ship out in the ocean. What was it called? The trailer even gave me motion sickness because the trailer, like the ship is moving back and forth like this. Oh, that's why I won't play BioShock either, because I know BioShock. I've heard BioShock is amazing, but it's first person and I get really, really motion sickness. I had to be really careful with Stanley Parable. I had to make the camera controls, had to slow way down because I was making myself sick. I was terrified I wasn't gonna be able to finish it. I did, but I had to slow those camera controls way down. So my sister watched somebody play Subnautica and she said, I don't know if you can handle it. It might make you sick. And I thought, crap, dang. Because I think that would be really fun to play. So, fun fact, the original Among Us game came from Gary's Mod on PC. I don't even know what Gary's Mod is. Less terrifying than Pac-Man. Oh, yeah. Nope. Murder. Had to figure out who the murderer was. We really love Mafia, which is the same thing. I can always tell when Charlotte isn't the imposter because she doesn't say anything. But if she is the imposter, she doesn't actually say, I'm the imposter, but she'll just like make all sorts of weird comments that I'm like, I think somebody's the imposter. She actually doesn't like being the imposter. It's too much pressure. And I say bless her. Because it is. It's kind of a lot of pressure. But those community streams where we play Among Us, those are really fun. Really, really fun. We open up the Discord to like we open up the voice chat You got to get a trusted role in the voice chat just to keep things safe. But that comes with time. Can't see what I'm doing. This is Cass's theme. I love Cass. I hope this color is parchment papery. That's what it's supposed to be. I did my best. Technically, it would be the party game Mafia. Yeah, that's basically what Among Us is. It's like Mafia with tasks. But Charlotte likes playing, but she feels a lot of pressure if she's in the imposter, which is fine. Gary's Mod was a creative game where you just made whatever you wanted to. And it was open source. You could literally do what you wanted with the game. That actually also sounds like a lot of pressure. I am terrible at stuff like that. Like Super Mario Maker gives me so much anxiety. I wouldn't know the first thing how to make a level. No way. I'm kind of your classic like Mario, Metroid, Castlevania. I'll probably have to revisit Dead Cells with this Castlevania DLC. I really liked Dead Cells when it first came out, and then things got weird. I don't know. So eventually, people invented game variants like Prop Hunt, Murder, Trouble in Terrorist Town. Of course they did, because humans. My grandma lives with us. She's taking a nap right now. Must be enjoying it because she's just said, this is fire. I remember one time, my mom, she used to live with us. And I remember walking by her room while she was sleeping. And I heard her like talking in her sleep. And she started laughing in her sleep. And she was going... She sounded like Grunty from Banjo-Kazooie. I was laughing so hard. And then she snorted herself awake. And I didn't wake her up, but she snorted herself awake, and then she like asked me for something or something, and I was just dying. I was laughing so hard. She was like, "What? What happened?" I mean, it was seriously like a sound effect from a cartoon. And sleep is indeed fire. It's true. I've been sleeping better the last couple nights because it's been so cold here. And so we've turned the heat down, and it's been so cold in our room. It's been nice. Super nice. But today got up to like 60, what? It's up to 69, 70 degrees outside or something crazy. That's what you get when you live in Texas. Prop Hunt was so much fun. Every current prop hunt feature in game started with Gmod. Okay, wait, explain a prop hunt to me. Is that like prop hunt? Hold on. Okay, no, that's his little hand. I was wondering if I needed to cross-stitch that, but I do not. I still have this giant Hyperlight Drifter cross-stitch that I have not finished, that I don't know if I'll ever finish. It's so big. I bit off way more than I could chew. My bad. I went from like little cross-stitches like this to like an insane giant cross-stitch, and Ander was like, I think that's a lot. I was like, no, it's fine. I can do it. Spoiler, she could not do it. Prop hunt. There's two teams, basically hide and seek. Seekers have guns. Seekers can go around the map and become almost any prop on the map and use it to hide. Seekers would try to find and eliminate all hiders. That does sound like fun. Sounds kind of terrifying. But it also sounds fun. I have not tried latch hook. I almost got Charlotte a latch hook rug kit for Christmas, but I was literally at the checkout in Hobby Lobby when I realized the kit did not come with a latch hook. So I was like, oh, okay, well, that's something I need. And I was in a hurry and I couldn't go back and grab one. So I just gave it to the lady and I was like, I'll just have to come back later and get this. But it was like a Super Mario rug and you were supposed to use a latch hook for it, but I've never actually used it. The only thing I've ever done with embroidery is cross stitch, really. and I don't like sewing. I've tried crochet and I'm terrible at it. My mother-in-law taught me and she is amazingly talented and I learned from the best, but I just suck at it. So cross stitch is easy for me. It's like J-Hop said one time, it's like putting together a puzzle. Oh, by the way, J-Hop, Scorpio was asking earlier how you feel about the ring fit. I think he got a ring fit for Christmas or something, and so he was curious. He said it's actually really intense. Koala, how are you? Good to see you. I love bad lip reading so much. We used to watch that every morning before Charlotte went to school. Every single morning. We just beat Ocarina of Time. 3 hearts. Oh, yeah. And next time, we'll be starting Super Metroid, one of the greatest games of all time. Super Metroid, I mean, just the Metroid franchise in general, really ushered in a whole different, like, oh, what? Okay, that is opposite of what I wanted. There's a reason they call games Metroidvanias. Or they call, like, games that are similar, like where you have to run around. You know, Hollow Knight is a Metroidvania. That was not the humming I was thinking about. Oh, that's true. I don't know exactly what the tune is, but you are right. Cornifer is like humming happily, except when you find him in Deep Nest. And honestly, I don't blame him. Deep Nest, nothing in a video game has frightened me the way Deep Nest did. Deep Nest was like on a totally different level of fear, like absolutely terrifying. Wait, that was in the right spot. What the heck? Why did it not look like it was in the right spot? I don't know. Speaking of great games, Stardew Valley is a great game. We just heard a song from Stardew Valley. I love Stardew Valley so much. Yes, that was exactly what that was. That was me being bad lip reading Yoda. Someday, when you are older, you could get hit by a boulder. My daughters love that music video, and Charlotte thinks Mark Hamill is very handsome. She's not wrong. She was like, "Can you show me a picture of him?" I was like, "Oh, honey, he doesn't look like that anymore." I'm not saying he's not handsome, but he doesn't look like that anymore. Oh, I hum sometimes when I'm working on things. I did it at work once and realized I was humming Cornifer's tune. So Hollow Knight has, as you say, been ingrained into your soul. Soul, get it? I love Hollow Knight so much. It was like a spiritual experience for me. It was unlike any game I've ever played. There was something so profoundly sad, and I remember I beat it on an airplane, and I just remember staring at the screen like, I was so horrified. And I remember my brother telling me there will be moments in this game that just absolutely just horrify you, but there will also be moments that just make you laugh. Hey, it's Mute. Muntenerd. Please help me pronounce your name correctly. I don't want to mispronounce it. But I am so glad you followed my channel. Thank you so much. I'm happy to have you. Muntenerd. Did I kill the moth goddess? I don't remember. I don't think I did. If you bring her enough, Muntenerd. Is that it? Muntenerd. It's not Mutinerd, it's Muntenerd. Okay, so that's it? Muntenerd? Sorry. I want to make sure I pronounce people's names correctly. The last thing I want to do is look at somebody's name and be like, hey, totally, completely screw it up. I try really hard because everybody's got super different things. He still looks like that. I mean, he is. He's a good-looking guy, but he definitely looks older. But that's mostly also because he's got that beard, so he's got a lot of gray in his beard. But, yeah, Charlotte, every time she sees him, I kid you not, she goes like this. So dramatic. She's 8. And I'm like, oh, heaven grant me the strength to deal with her when she becomes a teenager. It's annoying. Mark Hamill has aged like fine wine, whereas I've aged like fine milk. The Moth Goddess is after you defeat the Hollow Knight. You hit him with the Dream Nail. Oh, you mean Radiance. Oh, yes. So I beat Radiance, and I also beat Nightmare King Grim, which I've never done before. I've played Hollow Knight 3 times in my life, I think. And I've never been able to beat Nightmare King Grim. And I did it this last playthrough. It almost killed my hands. I thought it was so hard, but I did it. Absolutely did it. I'm the type of person that instead of equipping myself with things that will make me stronger or whatever, I will always equip myself with lots and lots of like healing things or, well, no, okay. I take my time. I don't try and just cheese as much as I can and just hit and hit and hit and hit and hit. I take my time and I try to be as like super patient as I can be, because when I'm not patient, I get sloppy. And when I get sloppy, I die. I learned that with the Soul Master, I think. I did the Soul Master and I was finding myself just being like, like I just have to like just hit him super fast and we'll just get him as fast as we can. I'll get him before he gets me. But the reality is, no, he's always going to get me before I get him. So I had to learn to trust myself and just take my time. And instead of making rash decisions to, you know what? When I streamed Hollow Knight forever ago, I did not do Radiance. That's a lot of pressure when people are watching you. Like, I suck at that fight so much. And I do a lot of, I die a lot. And so I remember when I streamed it, I was like, no way, I'm not going to do Radiance in front of everybody because there's no way I'd be able to focus enough to actually do it. It takes me so long to fight Radiance. And Nightmare King Grim was the same way. Nightmare King Grim was, well, he was a nightmare. He was awful. Munta Nerd. Okay, all right, I got it. See, this last half hour has just flown by. Should I go wake baby and bring her in here? Pretty stuff? Like, I don't know. I guess I like a baby. I don't even know what charms I used, to be totally honest, because I tried so many different builds because none of them were working for me. I think what I did was give myself as many of the blue masks as I could. I think I used like Joni's Blessing and like Lifeblood and all that stuff, so I didn't even have the opportunity to heal. I just maxed out my life as much as I could, and then I think I just took my time. And I just dodged as much as I could. And when I finally beat Radiance, I think I had 1 mask left. And it was like shaken. Nightmare King Grim is like on a totally different level. Nightmare King Grim is different than Radiance because Nightmare King Grim is so fast. Radiance, there's kind of a lot of things that are going on and you kind of have to like keep your eye on a lot of things. But Nightmare King Grim is just an entirely different sort of like panic when you're fighting him. It took me so long, but I remember being like, I can do this. I know I can do this. I just have to learn where I need to be for every one of these moves of his. And once I did that, I got farther and farther and farther in the fight, but he's so fast. So I've now played the game where I've beat Nightmare King Grim and I've not beaten him. And then there's another choice you have to make. What's the other choice that you have to make? Am I thinking of a different game? I think I did have Sprint Master. I don't remember what build I had. Run like Sonic. Sonic would have gotten his hide handed to him by Nightmare King Grim, let me tell you. I don't remember the charm build I used for Nightmare King Grim or for Radiance. I want to say I just used as many, because I tried quick focus so I could heal really fast, but Radiance doesn't give you a lot of chances to heal. So I just felt like I could never actually heal. But then in the LDS Gamers Discord, there was somebody else that said, you know, it's all about timing or whatever. And they said, I managed to heal like 8 times or something. And I thought, great, awesome. I'm glad you were able to do that. I wasn't able to do that. I usually ended up paying dearly for trying to heal by just getting more life knocked down. So I think I just gave myself as many masks as possible. Oh, that is the other thing I haven't ever finished is the Colosseum level 3. I've never been able to finish that. I get so close and every single time it takes me down. And it finally gets to a point where I'm like, I've tried this enough times. I don't want to do it anymore. It's not fun. Who is King Bulbin? King Bulbin is annoying. Who is that? And who's annoying is the Fluke Marm. All those flukes. Freaking fluke. It's the grossest enemies in the game. So gross. That was me with the Divine Beast in the desert on Breath of the Wild. You have to basically master parrying with that boss. Oh man, see, I don't even remember. The desert, for the record, is always my favorite in any game. I love the desert. You name it. Horizon, Zero Dawn, Hyper Light Drifter, Zelda. It doesn't matter. The desert is always my favorite. I don't know why. It just always is. You beat Nightmare King Grim before the Colosseum 3. Oh, yeah. I never beat the Colosseum 3. it was awful. I just didn't find it fun. And then here's basically Dad, who's like Hollow Knight Speedmaster. Speedrunner to the 9s. And then there's some special room. Oh, I also never beat King Zote, or Mighty Zote, or Mighty, amazing, crazy, handsome, amazing, incredible, brave, strong Zote. I also never beat the White Defender either, but I did get to a point where like each hit I took like 4 masks down, and I was just like, what's the point of this? This is awful. This is so crappy. So I finally just got to a point where I was like, ah. King Bulbin is the big green dude in Twilight Princess? The big green dude? I can't even think of who that is. That literally doesn't ring a bell. Susie, did you even play Hollow Knight? All these bosses you never beat. I beat all the bosses. Yes. I love Hollow Knight so much. You knock him off the bridge. Oh, yeah. The freaking ogre guy. Yes, he is obnoxious. I do remember him. Grimchild was actually pretty helpful for the wall section. The wall section. Wall section in what? Are we talking about Hollow Knight? I'm trying to keep these games straight. I had a build that allowed you to be sloppy, like Thorns and Soul when you get hit, and it was still tough. Yeah, I really like the Thorns of Agony. That's really great. I also like the Grub Fly or whatever, which gives you Soul when you get hurt. But I can't remember the build I had for Nightmare King Grim or for, Oh, the floor is spikes and you have to stay on the walls. Oh, that's where the Grimchild comes in handy. Got it. Okay. Yeah, it's been so long since and now, of course, if I were to play Hollow Knight, I couldn't pick Hollow Knight up and just go straight into the Colosseum. I would have to like practice, you know, like get the muscle memory down and everything. There's no way. If I tried to go in and do something like that now, I would, no. I love the Hollow Knight soundtrack. I love everything about it. I have a Hollow Knight shirt I made with bleach. But the only shirt that I've ever made that people have actually actively talked to me about is this one. The Hatchling. That's the only one that I wear around and people are like, oh my gosh, I love Metroid. Me too, me too. And now Michael is part of that crew. Hopefully. I actually wonder if I should put the name of my Etsy shop on the back of the shirts, but I haven't done that yet. Okay, let me finish this line and then I'll go wake baby. I'll go wake that bubs. Whoa, why did Michael's text color change? Your name changed. You were red and now you're green. I like the Horizon shirt more. I love the Horizon shirt. That one is awesome. I love that design, and I wish they had more designs, but they don't. They only have that watcher. J-Hops, have you played Horizon? You should play Horizon. I think you'd really like it. I'm waiting for the day when I get a message from J-Hops saying, I just started Horizon Zero Dawn. You will not regret it. I got play-by-play updates from Martin. I'm getting play-by-play updates from Endymion. And both of them were very pleasantly surprised. Oh, you have played the first game. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot. I thought you... Oh, thanks, Femi. I thought you hadn't. Do you like it? You could do it, Susie. It's like riding a bike with a flat tire on fire through a thorn bush when you have the flu and it's 120 degrees outside. Yep, that's pretty much what it sounds like. Coliseum 3. All those things, yes. Okay, let me go get my baby. Give me just a second. I gotta wake her up anyway. I'll switch over to this screen. You see Kalulu? Oh my gosh, look at him. My mother-in-law made him. He is the cutest. This was like the best Christmas present ever. And of course I opened it and Charlotte instantly was like, can I sleep with him? I was like, baby girl, his eyes are glued on. No. The purple part is sewn, but the white part is glued on. So cute. Okay, so for those that are new, Kalulu is my mascot. He started in 2020, but he's my little squid mascot. There's a long story behind Kalulu, but I was made like a legit Kalulu for Christmas by my mother-in-law, and I love him. Okay, let me go grab Bubs. Is it blue? No, he's purple. It's camera trickery. It's like the camera settings I've got. He's very, very purple. He's not this purple. He's not that purple. I mean, he looks more like the picture on the Discord. He looks more that purple. But let me go grab Auden. I've got 28 hours in Horizon. I liked it. I just didn't feel like I was becoming more powerful over time. Yeah, the Discord pick is purple. You do get more powerful. I promise. I promise. Because both Martin and Endymion said the
right
same
now.
thing. They were like, I just feel like I'm not progressing. Like, I feel like I don't know. And then both of them hit a point where they were like, okay, now it's getting, okay, now I understand. Or, you know, I don't really remember. I don't remember how far they were. Hold on. We did have a good nap.
Kind of like a baby.
Little baby. It's not this purple, it's that purple. Well, yeah, Cage's purple is definitely different than the purple it actually
Kind
is.
of like a baby.
Yeah, I have to really.
Little sweet Bubs, huh?
Kind of like a baby.
Nap? Your nap good? Yeah.
Oh, I see we got stuff on our little sweater. Yeah, this is little Auden. She's almost 2. 2 in 3 months. Can you guys believe it? Like, I remember streaming when I was pregnant with her, and man. Oh yeah. Do you want Kalulu? Here, you can hang on to Kalulu. Yeah. Yes. It's always hard waking up from a nap. But I gotta wake her up or else she won't go to bed on time. I'm actually surprised she went down for a nap earlier today. I thought for sure she was gonna fight it. She's been fighting it kind of on and off, and it makes me so worried because I'm like, whatever happens with your nap is gonna screw up my stream time. Because I stream during her naps Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yeah. Her hair looks red in the camera, but it's not. It's just blonde, huh? Okay, I'm gonna put the Discord link in here. So if anybody wants to join the Discord, feel free. We have a good time there. It's family friendly. It's a wholesome place. We're having a watch party, Megamind, this coming. Hey, it's Boro! That is an interesting text color. It's gray on my screen. I've never seen that color before. Do you suffer from anxiety? That an intruder might be hiding in your house? You're not alone. Oh no. Hi, cutie duties. Mwah. Oh, now I have to talk like this. Everybody will do everything they can so I don't sign off on my stream, huh? They try so hard. I picked the gray, right between white and black. Easy for both modes to read. That is fair. I see that. It actually looks really nice. So we do have that Megamind watch party coming up on Saturday. All the info is in the Discord. I created an event for it. Walker is coming for you. Mom, here, silly. I created an event for it this time, but also, you know, make updates and stuff in the channel.
Oh, you can pick a custom color. Oh, I didn't know that. I know, Bison's like, what? It's good to see you, Boro. Thank you for being here. Thank you for dropping one of your jokes. I always appreciate that. You know, pumpkin doodle. Oh my gosh! Oh, this happened? Wow! Okay, wait. Lotus Ruff. I know, I get rated on sign off sometimes. Okay, I don't normally sound like this, I promise. I normally sound regular. This is a Channel Point Redemption. But thank you so much for the raid, Lotus Ruff. Were you playing a game? What were you playing? This has happened to me many times, actually. Always like this, I know. It's like, people can tell. I appreciate raids so much, though. I love them. And I always forget to raid other people. Super Animal Royale. I've never even heard of that game, but it sounds fun. Thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. We can sit here and chat for a second longer. My baby's not super cranky yet. Huh. We're not super cranky yet. Can you say hi? Here. Want some makeup? Have some makeup. Oh, thank you. We're just getting ready to sign off, actually. But I do appreciate that. I really do. That always makes me so happy. It always makes me slightly nervous.
Yeah, because I had just...
But it always makes me so happy. I love connecting with cool people. Streaming is literally, I believe, saved my life. Because I started streaming when I became a stay-at-home mom. And I don't feel like I'm a great stay-at-home mom. And so, maybe it would help if you had a raid redeem for the Chucks. How do you do that? You can, wait, you make it so people have to use Chucks for a raid? No. A raid redeem for the Chucks. How would you do that? I do a lot of charity runs. Oh, that's great. That's awesome. I did my very first charity thing this year. I did an extra live stream. And I will absolutely do it again next
year, but I don't know how I'm going to do it without my sister here, because my sister was here for it last time and it was so fun, and I don't know how I'll do it if she's not here. I just had to go wake my baby. If I don't wake her up, she doesn't go to bed on time. Oh, yeah. This is Susie's real voice. Oh, yeah, that's right. You changed my voice. I forgot. I know. My makeup, it makes me... I don't wear it for coverage. I wear it to take away the shine of my face. I follow a number of streamers that have a raid lead redeem. How do you do that? Do you do that through Twitch? Or is it through StreamerBot or something? I've never even heard of that. But I really do. I always appreciate raids. Raids are so fun. And I love raiding other people, but I don't know a whole lot of people right now. And I stream at such kind of a weird time during the day that the problem is I'm never in a position to find streamers to raid during the day because I'm either streaming or I'm getting stuff done while she's sleeping. I think raids are really fun though. So they tell you whom to raid. I think you just put it up as text.
You mean like it goes in chat? Like it says, all right, who, somebody give me an idea of who to raid? Is that what you're saying? I hope I'm picking up what you're putting down. Does he watch you when you put makeup on? He's totally trying to do the same way. Maybe. I don't know. Most of the time I do it in the car. I'm in the car and I'm driving. I don't know. She can't even see me when I'm driving in the car. These are my only funky glasses I have left. I need to get more. Like you redeem, guide the raid. Then the person who redeemed it suggests a streamer. Okay, that does make sense. That does make some sense. We got a talking chipmunk for Christmas from my mom. And it sounds just like banana. It is so high. It's so high. You want to put a sticker on, Mama? You want to put a sticker on? You want to stick a sticker on my face? You can do that. Do you want to stick a sticker on Mama's face? I should put one right here. Oh, thank you, baby. Thank you so much. You want a second one? Because we can totally do a second one. Do whatever you like. Talking chicken. I know, I am the talking chipmunk. Yep, it repeats everything you say, but like twice, 2 octaves higher. It's great. Super great. Here you go. Here's a sticker for you. This side, this side. You can't do it. My little peach.
Ha 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 ha.
Like I said, baby girl, everybody gonna keep Mama on this stream. And it's Popinski! Oh my gosh! I saw Popinski go live yesterday and I couldn't go live. I couldn't tune in. I'm sorry. What are we playing? Something with Hot Wheels. And I remember being like, that makes sense. Sounds like fun. I used to love Hot Wheels as a kid. So we used to have a sandbox in our backyard. And we used to dig all sorts of tunnels. And we used to use our Hot Wheels and go like through all the tunnels. We had so much fun. And then our cat started using the sandbox as a litter box. So we stopped playing in the sandbox. We stopped playing in the litter box because that's what it became. Yeah, I decided to play a Hot Wheels game even though I am a grown man. You know what? Don't let anybody tell you what you can or can't play. Nope. Don't ever. Nope. You just play what you enjoy.
Just play what you enjoy, my friend. My friend. I think it's time for us to sign off. Isn't it, baby girl? We could just sit here. Oh, did we put a sticker? Oh, nice job. She's come in here to find stickers on my face so often that she believes stickers just straight up go on your face. She doesn't even think they go on paper. Yeah, how fun. Can you say, hi, I'm Olaf and I like warm hugs? She said it earlier, 2 days ago, I think. Super cute. She didn't say it just like that, but she said something about Olaf and warm hugs. We like Olaf, huh? Huh. Okay, well, play what you enjoy. I will only mildly judge you. Oh, I watched the trailer for Goat Simulator. I was dying. I've never seen anything so unbelievably ridiculous in my life. I mean, ultimately, I think the gate should just, I think gatekeeping video games is just awful. I think you should just let people play what makes them happy. Video games should be for enjoyment, and whatever enjoyment that is, whether it's ultra hard or it's a challenge run or it's 100%ing or it's just playing on easy so you can enjoy the story. I say gates open, come on in. Like, that's fine. Video games should make you happy. They should make you, they should bring joy, and don't let anybody tell you how to play them. Oh, we are going to town. We are going to town. All right, now that we've sat here and hung out with my baby here for a minute, I'm gonna sign off. I have to call my mom. I delay higher difficulties. Yeah, no, I don't do higher difficulties. Like, no. The only game I play on a higher difficulty is the Metroid Prime series. I play all those on hyper mode, I think. And that's fine. Like, that doesn't wreck me. But like Horizon on ultra hard? No, thank you. I already have a hard enough time with all those machines. Good heavens. Playing on easy mode? Dude, play and enjoy the story and let it bring you joy. Whatever way it brings you joy, I say go for it. No gate, you will never see gatekeeping from me. I do like medium difficulty, so there's at least a level of challenge, but I can still enjoy the story. Most of the time, I usually stick on normal. Whatever normal is, that's usually what I choose. Every once in a while, I'll choose harder. I know, cool. I was like, don't sit here and talk for another 10 minutes. Go. Hey, I appreciate everybody coming and hanging out with me, for tuning in. I appreciate the new people, the follows, all that stuff. I appreciate the raid, the gift subs, everything. You guys made my day. I love streaming. It brings me so much joy. You are all so fantastic. And please don't forget that you matter. You matter to me. You really, really matter. I'm going to throw the Discord link out here one more time because we do have that watch party coming up this weekend. No longer can I claim to be a Zelda newbie. Nope. Nope. You now know. You now know. I mean, you know one. There's so many other games. So many other games. But yeah, I'll see all of you guys back on Friday. We'll start Super Metroid. I'll do some cross-stitching at the beginning, and then we'll start some Super Metroid. I'm really excited about that because that is a fantastic game. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. I love you all. I hope you all have a good rest of your day or night or wherever you are. I appreciate you being here, and we'll see you on Friday. Say see you later, alligators. Bye. I love you guys. Adios.